Oh,
Oh
wow, I
shit!
remember I was doing that.
I never put the episode number on last week's show. That's funny.
Oh, Christ.
I know.
Why do
Fuck.
we even
I
bother?
know.
We might as well just
I don't know why
pack
I
it in.
bother. Jesus, I think we should just
Good
quit.
grief.
I'll edit it now. I'll do it now.
Do it now. Do it live.
I know. Do it live. I will sort that out.
What are you on your way to a dick meeting?
Oh, whoops. That's
What are
coming through
you
my
on your way
speakers.
to a dick meeting? Said I'll do it now. Oh, here we go. Edit. Oh.
Yes. I'm going to be a bit louder this episode.
What? I can't hear you too loud. Actually, I turned
Yeah,
my
too
mic
loud.
down because I felt like I was too
Right,
loud.
are we
last time.
ready? Are we going? Are we doing this shit?
Yeah?
I'm ready.
Go.
Let's start the motherfucking show, bitch.
Oh, come on, baby. Yeah. Come on.
Welcome yo to the
Hello.
Juju, Ginny, and the fellas will tell you about every single game that you're playing this week. News, reviews, and Stu's story time and Chinny's game breakers. Here comes Duke with the soundbite savior. It's the veteran gamers. It's the veteran gamers. It's the
Here
veteran
comes the bigger man.
Yeah, shut up, kid.
Switch that console off before you have to press repeat, yo.
This hunky grandma be tripping.
I use Gadsorp.
Hello and welcome to episode 824 of the Veteran Gamers podcast.
Yeah, 824. What's up, people? I'm Duke.
I'm Stu. Wow, Chinny's not here again.
And that's Chinny over
Oh, sorry,
there.
Yeah,
actually,
no.
I was
Chinny,
muted, I was
the
muted, I was
beauty is muted. He's always muted.
Oh, yeah.
The
Do you know, you
US,
wouldn't think.
Citizenship and Immigration Services I-824 document is an application for action on an approved application or petition. So that's the first thing that comes up on my Google when you search for 824. So now you know, and knowing's half the battle. G.I. Joe.
I think it probably comes up on everybody's Google, that, to be fair.
I don't know. If you're outside the U.S., it
I
might
don't
come up.
know. I don't know.
You
I'll
do a
do
search, see
it.
what
I'll do it
happens.
right
You got a
now. I'll do
Google,
it
right?
now. I'm just going to
Yeah.
do 824 and see what's the first thing that comes up. Oh, okay. I get 824 song and lyrics by Ronnie J. That's the first thing I get.
Stu, you are wrong.
There
And
you
then
go.
I get
It's not all the same, no matter where you.
it
Google
isn't. It isn't. And then
And
I
the
get this
question
is
is,
great.
would Chinny get the same results that you get? That's the
This is
fascinating.
no, you're gonna like this. The second thing I get
I'm gonna
is
like it.
the 824 bus that goes to St. Joseph's RC Academy.
I do like that. It's hard to wrap my brain around that.
It's a bit random. It's a bit random. It's a bus.
Yes.
824.
Right. So those are some connections with the number 824. Yay.
Kitty, what do you get? What do you
I
get?
ain't
if you
doing that.
Google. Come on, just do it.
That's
Come
the
on.
greatest thing
Just
we
play
can do.
along, man.
What
play
else
along.
do we
What do
have
you
to
get?
offer listeners
Yeah, what do
besides
you
the
get?
results
Come
of
on.
random Google searches?
824
Yeah, for 824. Yeah.
songs by Ronnie J.
Oh, you
you
get
do
that.
get the same one. All right. Brits are all the same on an 824 search. How about that?
How about that?
Fantastic.
Take it outside.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So, how is everyone?
Right. So what's going on, people?
Yeah, what's happening?
Grading papers?
happening with you,
Think all these
Chinny?
Papers
What's
to
happening?
grade? See? Papers?
Oh, I've had a week.
Yeah, well, we've all had a week.
Yeah, we've all had
No,
weeks.
no,
That's
no,
not
no,
new.
no,
We've all
no.
had a bloody week. That's nothing.
Have you had a
interesting.
remarkable
No,
week?
no, no,
Have you had
no,
an
no, no.
interesting
what
week?
happened?
Have you had a painful week? Have you had a week that tries your soul?
The last
Wow.
one, please. The last one.
A
I want
week that tried your
Wow,
soul.
wow,
Do
what
tell
happened?
in a
Come
special
on.
segment we call Story Time.
My favorite time. It's story time. Story time.
And while you're doing that, I'll eat this apple that the Duchess grew.
Well, I need an apple.
So, last week I discovered that I had a flat tyre. It was around last Saturday. I didn't mention it on the show
Oh.
because a flat tyre, I don't know, it's not a big deal. So I went to the there's a tyre place right next to where I work. So usually if there's a problem with my tyres, I go to that place and it's
Yeah,
you don't
tyre
book
place.
you don't book
Sounds
it.
good.
You just turn up, they do it, and then I just go around next door. I had to drive there about 5 miles an hour because my tire was getting very flat, and then it was
Flat,
completely
it was
flat,
flat.
and it was damaged. And when I got there, there was no repair in that. It was a nail in the tire.
Ooh,
So
Oh,
it
you
was
fucked-
just
you're fucked when
yeah.
that happens.
it was just unlucky. So then the guy, I use this tire place quite often, so I know the people there, and they're all right. They're fine. They don't rip you off or anything like that. And he looked at my tire, and I haven't had any new tires on this car before. And he looked at my tire, and he went, we don't have that size tire. That's a weird.
oh no!
He said that's a weird shaped. That's a
Weird shape.
Weird shape.
It's
It's
a weird
round.
shape
We're not
for a
used to
tire.
round
It's-
These triangle tires that we don't
oblong.
get. That's a weird sized tile. Tile. I can't speak. Tire. Right.
Tire.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
So that's a weird shape. You know what I mean, right?
We know
Square
what you-
wheels. You had a square
a
wheel. That was the
weird-
problem.
Sized tire.
Yes.
And
yeah.
so I said right, and he gave me a few numbers to ring, and I rang this tire place, rang Quick Fit.
Oh, you had to go find the tire. He couldn't just order it for you.
No,
You
because
just
he's
didn't get
because,
one in.
No, you can order it, but
Yeah.
like
If you need it right away.
I
It
need
was
it.
flat.
I need it.
But how do you get it to the next tire place if you've got a flat
Here we
tire?
go. So here we go. So
Put on a spare.
I
No,
need
you
this
don't
tire.
get them these days.
Yeah, you don't get spares now. You get repair kits. So yeah, so I need a tire. I'm traveling a lot of distances. I've got to go to Warwick. I've got to go to this and that for work.
Yeah.
I've got to go to Surrey.
I'm a busy man. Get
I
it
mean-
sorted.
I'm in Surrey tomorrow.
Ain't
Surrey?
nobody got time for that.
Can you do a joke, Stu? Can you do a joke? I'm in
Surrey,
Surrey.
I don't know.
I'm sorry to hear you have to go there.
There you go. You got
Yeah,
it.
sorry.
You got the
you
gist
have
of
to
it.
go there. Yeah, go there.
Right.
I'm sure they love that. So anyway, the nearest one I could find was in
Surrey.
Stourbridge, which was about a 40-minute drive, right?
Oh, you're never doing that.
So I said, right, what am I going to do there? And he said, I'll tell you what we can do.
Did you not Uber it from there? Like hire an
I'm-
Uber and just
Yeah,
have
but
it
you
come?
can't take the car
the
in an
bloody
Uber. How's it
car.
It's got to get
No,
a
I'm
car
saying that-
there.
Oh God, I'm talking about
Well,
have
what?
someone from Stourbridge put the tire in an Uber and bring it to where you
No,
are.
they
yeah,
would
could
never do that.
Or
Never do that.
what about if you got the guy at the garage you're at to take the wheel off and you travel with it in the taxi to the other place to get the tire and then travel back and then get him to put it back on? What about that?
They're never going to, they don't give a shit about that kind of stuff, right? It's a deal.
So what did you do instead of our
what did
fun
you do?
theories?
Yeah,
So,
I think that would have worked.
The guy had an idea. He says, I can put a tyre on that wheel. It won't be the right size, but
What?
it will get you there, right?
That sounds a bit risky.
Okay.
No, he says,
I'm
like,
gonna guess it worked fine and you got there. No,
yeah,
no
yeah,
problem.
it was absolutely fine. So basically, the
Did
car,
he charge you though? So you've had to pay for
I had to
two
pay for the
tyres,
tyre,
is
but he
this
says,
the
I'll
thing?
tell you what, I'll put like
Oh.
I'll tell you, he put on like the cheapest tyre he could put on, right? Which was £30, right?
Ah, that's not
So it's
too
not too bad,
That's not too
Right.
bad. It's not too
Again,
bad.
I use
Could
these
be
people
worse.
a lot, so it's not, these guys are trustworthy. And
Here, I'll balance it for you. Like you're ever going to use that?
So like, but the problem is if you put the wrong tire on, size tire on, it will wear the tires down because the car isn't quite it's like
Balance. It's
balance
not right, is
yeah,
it?
no.
It's not right.
So he says you can't do it for long. I would probably advise that you wouldn't go further than a week on this tire, but you're going to drive straight there, so it's not a big problem. Okay, fine.
Yeah,
And also,
yeah,
this is a lease car, so I have to make sure that the correct tire is on the car. I can't put like a different tire on. I have to put on the same make because
man.
when I give the car back, they go, that's not the tire that we put on, bitch.
What's this 30 quid tyre you've put on
Yeah,
here?
so-
That's the wrong size.
But even if I put like the right size tire, if it was a different make,
Yeah.
they would pick up on it.
yeah.
There's got to be.
So
It's
it's
got to be.
Bridgestone. You've got to have Bridgestone
No,
or
it's
whatever.
Hanuk, the name of the tire, but it's
Yeah, well, whatever you have, you
but
have
you've
to
got
have
to have an approved tire on the car, right?
it.
Anyway,
Wow.
so I drive to fucking Stourbridge, and
Stourbridge.
I go there, and as I'm driving there, I'm feeling a bit ill, and I'm like, oh god, this is not good. So then I get there anyway, and I say, hey, tire, and he went, yes, tire, and that's how we exchanged conversation, and he said,
Tire, yeah, tire.
Yeah,
need-
keep it basic. Keep it basic.
He says
Straight to the point.
You need. It was my rear passenger tire, but you said you need your rear driver's tire replaced because it's bald. I will show you. And to be fair to him, he showed me, and I was like, "That's
How
bald
the
as fuck."
You got a bald back tyre.
All the tires get worn
Because
down.
they get worn
eventually.
Well, yeah, they do, but front tyres you expect because obviously they're the one that's doing all the steering and the turning and all that kind of jive. Back
Unless
tires,
you have
they
a
usually
rear-wheel
last
drive
for
or you
I don't
years
know.
and years and
brake.
years.
Like where we live, there's a when you reverse, sometimes you go over a curb quite often.
Oh, mind
and
you, is yours 4-wheel drive? It probably is, isn't it? It
I
probably
don't
has
know.
this 4-wheel
Anyway,
drive
right.
shit going down.
Right.
Anyway,
If-
so the
if
tires
you
were
store
bald.
this
you need a
story
new-
any longer, we won't finish tonight.
Yeah,
All
right.
right, well, I'm just asking a question.
So I
That's my question.
I got there. And I was feeling ill, and I sat down, and he said, "Right, you need 2 back tires. Have a guess how much?
I've only got one.
Have a guess.
Yeah.
How?
All right, okay.
much?
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you exactly how
200
much you
quid.
paid per tire. Now, I reckon 320.
So what total?
320 for 200 and I don't
Oh.
know, 160 quid each.
No,
What, more or less?
higher,
Fuck
500
hell,
quid.
fire.
higher.
700.
Fuck off.
717
quid.
pounds.
That's
Oh my
fucking that's
goodness.
a joke.
That's
All right.
That is a joke.
And
for 2 tires.
for 2 tires,
Jesus
and
Christ.
I said,
No.
and he said to me,
And he made out of some special compound or something. What the fuck?
I don't know. He said to me, you can check them online. He says if you buy the tires yourself, get them in, and then get someone to replace it. Like then take them to a shop and then they replace it. It will be cheaper, but not by like you're talking about. You're probably saving like 100 quid, right? If you do that. Or you can have them done now.
Paying for the convenience you are.
Yeah. And when he told me £717 in the store, there was about 3 customers, 2 members of staff, and then me and this guy. And I said out loud, very loud, "Fucking hell!" Right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he went, and I think he thought I was gonna like kick off. Do you know what I mean? Like I was gonna get angry.
Yeah.
And I
You
said,
step back.
"Fucking!" I was like, "What the fuck? Like, why are they fucking?"
I got one for $30 earlier today. What the fuck? Or
Now,
30 quid?
can I just say, James in the chat says, "Will he run flats? They're expensive." No, obviously not, because his other one didn't, did it?
No, didn't run flat.
You know,
at
the
all.
one he was changing didn't
No.
run flat. It was just flat.
So anyway, I thought about it. I was like, well, I could get them and then get them in, and I was like, I can't be fucking arsed with that.
Well, the thing is, you need it doing as well, didn't
I
you? It's
needed
not like you
to-
could wait.
And I've got to go to Birmingham. I've got to go to Warwick. I've got to do all this. So I was like,
It's an investment in your business.
Yeah.
Just do it. So yeah, he did that, and then he says, all right, sit down and we'll do the tires. So I sat
Sit
down,
down because you need to after
yeah,
I told you
but
that price.
I started to feel really, really ill after it.
Oh
And
no.
I sat. Like, then he says, right, the tires are done. Yeah, do you want to pay? And I said, not really. All right, and then
I'm not sure. By the way, I'm not sure you felt ill. I think I'd feel it.
but
Feel if I'd spent
said
$700
to
There's
him-
something else
on
coming,
tires.
dude. He's about to yark
Jesus
all over
Christ.
this place.
I said to him like,
Yeah.
he pointed it out. He's like, oh, have you got the lurgy or something? He's like, since you've told me that price, I've felt awful. Like I've just felt awful.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, okay.
I came back home and all this sort of stuff. And yeah, so that was that. And then somebody went into the back of Tara the next day in the car.
You're kidding.
Oh,
Oh, so you
no.
didn't barf all over the
No.
tire place?
That was the end of
then?
that story.
I
but I
think
just
you
felt.
should.
I
I
felt
think you should have done that because that'd have been.
But it
funny.
was so the illness was entirely connected to the price of the
Yeah, yeah.
tires.
probably.
Yeah, it was.
But then like
Okay.
the next day I had like really bad sinus problems. So I have it now and again in my left side of my face. And then I got home a little bit early, and I was going to lie down, and then Tara rings me and says, somebody's drove into the back of me. I'm okay.
Some
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
So luckily she's
And
all
this is
fine.
which day?
That was
This
on
is Wednesday now?
No, this was Tuesday.
Oh God, there's just like
Jesus.
so much more left in this story.
This was Tuesday.
Oh my god, that's only the beginning of the week.
Honestly, this week has
Yeah.
been just awful. So
Ugh.
luckily she's okay, but the problem is like she has to deal with all the faff of the insurance. There's
Well,
not
yeah.
there's not loads of damage to the car, but there's enough. You know what I mean? It's not undrivable.
And the trouble is, even though she could have no way, any way avoided that, her insurance will still go up. They'll still fucking put it up because they'll be like, oh well, you know, you still had an accident, even
that
if it wasn't your
guaranteed?
fault. Yeah, UK, they put your insurance up, whatever, whoever's fault it is.
And then like the Wednesday I was still feeling really rough, but I thought, well, I've got 1 hour of filming for this event, and if I can just get through this hour, I'll be all right, and then I'll feel better. And then I got to the event, and they went, yeah, so it'll finish at 2:00. It was 9:30, and I went, what?
No.
Oh no.
And I was like, I was told this was an hour, and they were like, no, we got interviews, and I thought, oh my god, this is ridiculous. So yeah,
You lied to me. Blah. I puke.
Yeah, I'm going to charge you treble.
So Yeah, so it was the week got a bit better as the week went on, but
Yay.
yeah, it's we're here now, and tomorrow I am in Surrey and I'm filming. I have at my disposal very fast Audi Q7 police cars with police
Ooh.
expert police drivers, and I am
Nice.
responsible for basically making sure that they're in the right spot at the right time. So I have a
Alright.
lot of pressure on me because the customers
That they
like,
look cool. You want them to look cool.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but what do those cost? 100, 200 quid?
yeah, a couple
yeah,
of
probably.
hundred.
But it's just the pressure of like getting all the shots and making sure that the customer doesn't
They
you know,
hit the spots.
ruin it
Well,
all.
yeah. But the good news, Chinny, about all those adventures is now you don't have to work anymore because you're retired.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Putting you
So they're going to
down.
be doing T-packs and all that crap. T-pack formation.
Oh, they're going to T-bone each other.
Well, we got
Yeah,
to film them
T-bone.
like
That would be exciting.
pull someone
Flipping.
over, and we
Yeah,
tested a
T-pack 'em.
new we tested this new rig that attaches to a car, and then you put a camera on it, and it's got 3 sort of suckers on it, and these suckers are huge. You know, this is like a professional like car mount basically. It costs like about
won't fall off.
It cost about 500 quid just for the mount, just for this mount, right? And we put it on my car and drove it around the car park, and then drove it round like we're on sort of like an industrial site, so we drove it round like some of the roads there, and went over bumps and stuff. And I was like, oh, this will be all right. I said, what road are they going to drive on, to my work colleague, and he went, the M1, and I went, okay. So that's going to be like 70 miles an hour they're going to be driving with this thing on, so
Yeah.
hopefully it doesn't fall
Yeah,
off.
let's hope it doesn't fall off.
Yeah,
That'd be-
that'll be fun.
It'd be fine. You just get one of those debris and road signs.
Well,
flashing
we've
or
been told
something.
these are brand new Audi Q7s that have never been used. They've just been decorated with the police decor and put the lights on. So
That's fine.
if
Just
we
don't
were-
worry when we put this big sucker thing
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
It'll be fine.
but we
Yeah,
just
no
my
problem.
job is to sort of just look calm, even though I'm like flapping. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like my job is to be like, it's fine, don't worry about it.
It won't suck your paintwork off. I promise.
It definitely won't do that, but it might bend the bodywork if I'm not careful.
No, with it, it'll be fine.
Yeah, they're very strong. So, so that'll be me tomorrow, and then I've not even
be
looked
you.
at what filming I've got. I haven't looked at the rest of the day because there's so much pressure on me
God,
tomorrow.
You're just so busy, Mike.
But it's
Busy
just
all
it's
the
a night
time.
shoot, and night shoots are stressful. I got like 4 customers
Oh.
bearing down on me, like looking at me, and then I got 3 policemen going, "What do I do?"
And
yeah.
cars going.
You could tell the cops what to do for a change. Hey,
Yeah.
listen, pig. Can you
Yeah.
call him pig? You'd be like, listen here, pig.
I don't
I need
think
you
so.
over there.
No. They're usually like
What-
I've worked with, because these are
don't have guns, do they?
these are the guys that they train people how to drive, like
Oh,
you know
wow.
so what they do is they have to like build up their training hours. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
so
Yeah,
they count this towards that. So basically we have them for like 3 hours.
So what if right? You're about to start filming,
Mm-hmm.
and some drug dealer in a Range Rover.
They're not
with
on
blacked
beat.
out
They're
windows.
not on beat.
Yeah, but what happens if he goes flying past, man? What
Well,
happens
they
then?
can call
Are they
can
just
call
gonna
it in, but they're
ignore
not on.
it?
But then it's not their job. They call
But
it
they're
in.
flying down motorway after them with your
I'm
rig
sure
still
if like
stuck to the
if
side.
if something like kicked off in front of them, they could do something about it. But they would call it in. I did ask them that. I says, "What if something kicks off now?" Like, because we filmed with similar sort of, not the same police officer, but similar sort of people before. But they had police dogs, and I said, "What if something kicks off?" Like, well, if we don't need to step in, then we can just call it in. So I was like, "All right."
So the cops knew that Internal Affairs was setting them up?
That's the only cop-related sound clip I have.
Yeah.
Really, nothing from The Wire? Wow.
Nope, I don't think so.
No.
I could play the entirety of our conversation.
So that's there you
4
go.
hour soundbite.
That is
Okay, good
that's all.
story there, Chinny. Thank you for sharing that. I'm sorry that you had such a rough week. I hope that next week is better, more calm, less stomach churning.
Yeah, less potential shitting
James
yourself.
Bevan in the chat says he does look deflated. I thought I look all right, but he looks.
Yeah, you look.
If he didn't hear the story, he wouldn't know. Or maybe he was talking about me.
Yeah. So hi, Mr. Nightlord, James Bevan, Kablam, Surly in the chat as
Yeah.
well. Antonio, Soul Brother number
What?
1. are all in the
Oh.
chat at the moment. So thank you very much for coming
Yeah,
in.
All in the
just in
chat
time to
to
hear us talk about some video games.
Where are you going?
Story time's over, isn't it?
What you been playing?
What you been playing? What you been playing?
Can I add one more thing to the week? Now,
I
this,
guess.
this
you
isn't
can,
this
go
isn't
on.
like as bad.
Oh,
'cause
blimey, this is like sympathy for Chini week.
no, this isn't as bad because this is like
Yeah. Can you imagine if Stu came on here begging for sympathy because of
I
some
know.
hardships he's had?
Yeah, I never
this-
get any. I never bloody get any, so piss off.
this is
go on.
this is like quite kind of like bittersweet because
Oh,
I
God.
got beat at snooker and there is a twist,
Oh.
right?
Is it a twist?
But the person that I got beat by, I was like, I didn't get beat, I got battered, right?
Oh God.
But in a way, I was like, it was really nice to see because I got battered at snooker in my snooker league team by a 13-year-old boy,
Nice.
and I broke off. He took a safety shot. I miscued, and then he knocked in a 45, and then he knocked in a 30. And then I was see, I was done, and I knocked it.
Really sucks.
I knocked it at 24 after that, but it was like, you know what I mean. The damage was done. There's nothing I
Too little,
could
Yeah,
do.
we're
late,
too
man.
late.
And
Too late. Then,
and I
man.
said to him, there are many people that not many people play that well against me, and you know, so
And he looked at you and he said,
Oh.
"Get good,
he said,
easy."
"Go away,
he went-
paedophile." is
Chini
what he
went.
said.
Do you know who you're
Was he a good
playing?
sport?
You're
Was
playing
he decent
snooker
about it?
royalty.
They were all. It was a kids' team, and they were all sort of looked after by their dads. And there's a snooker coach that sort of coaches them all, and they all had really good sort of snooker respect, if you will. They knew all the
Good.
sort of like.
See, that's
things.
what matters the most,
Yeah.
man. Winning and losing, whatever, man. That shit comes.
I
and
got
goes.
There you
one
go.
kid in
Your
trouble.
ability to
I'm
show
sorry.
respect, your ability to have a good time.
I got,
That's the real.
I got one kid
I'm
in
sorry,
trouble.
mister. Don't punch me in the face.
Yeah, I'll fucking punch you in the car pipe. No, I got one kid in trouble because they, you know, it's kind of like there's nothing in the rules, but it's always a thing that the home team puts food on. You know what I mean? Like there's always like
Oh.
sandwiches or whatever, and
Yeah.
they had burgers, which is I've never seen burgers.
Nice.
But so they had burgers. Usually there's pizza, but not burgers. But so they had burgers, and I didn't have any. I don't always eat the food because I'm not hungry because I've had
Yeah,
tea.
it's a
But
bit dodgy as well, isn't it? You know what I mean?
well, it's not
You don't
that.
know what you're
I've had
getting.
tea, so I'm not bothered. But there was one burger left, right? And I was like, I was gonna joke with this other kid. This wasn't the kid that I played. I was like, you know, how dare you like take this because he wanted it, and I was like, how dare you take my last burger? And this other guy, I think it was his like granddad, went absolutely nuts at him. Was like, no, you let him have the burger. Because I was like, no, you have it, but he didn't see that. And he was like, you let him have the burger. How dare you take another burger? You've already had one. I was like, I had to like step in and say, I told him to take it. It's absolutely fine. I was just joking. I don't want a burger. And he was like, oh,
Put it
fuck.
fucking back. I'll
Yeah.
kick your ass.
Yeah. He's like, no more PlayStation for 2 years. I was like, oh shit. Then I found out he played Fortnite, so I said, no, you should ban his PlayStation for 4
Yeah,
years.
fuck him.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, so video games.
Yeah, video game. I'm going to kick this
Yeah.
off tonight because I've got to get
Ooh.
something off my chest.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh. It's confession time.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's not good. So I finished Mafia: The Old Country.
Whoops, sorry. Yay, you finished a game, Mafia of the Old Country. And
I finished.
what are you getting off your chest?
Why? Oh, why? And I know I've joked about this from the start, right? But
Okay.
why can't we just have a mafia story with a happy ending? Or you
Because
know
people
what I mean?
in the
There's-
mafia don't tend to have happy endings. As
No.
Dead Press said, you can't sell dope forever. It ain't too many drug dealers retiring, and ain't too many old prostitutes vacationing on the islands.
But there isn't a single mafia story that has a happy ending, is there?
No, they're
There
trying
just
to warn
isn't.
people against that life.
No, I think.
I mean,
this
show
could've
me an
had a
organized
happy
criminal
ending.
who got to retire or live a happy life. It doesn't happen very often. I
Mafia 3 doesn't, I wouldn't say it has a happy ending, but he sort of gets away with it at the end, you know.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I've not played that game because I didn't hear great things about it.
No, you asked the question, why can't I have a
Um,
Mafia game? And I answered it, and there you go.
Yeah.
Stu.
How though? How close is it to a happy ending? When you
Um,
say it's a happy ending,
He lives and he
Oh, okay.
spoilers for Mafia 3, by the way. He lives and he runs his district, and that's fine. And he gets the high up boss's blessing. He gets the boss's blessing, and that high up boss in Mafia 3 is in Mafia: The Old Country. Would you believe?
Nice.
Right. Okay. I mean, that's okay, but it was all right. I wasn't. I mean, how did you feel about the ending, Chinny?
I thought I suppose it's very minor spoilers. I'll try not to spoil anything, but I thought
No, I get you.
I thought the way the conclusion for the main character that you play as, and who he, I can't. What's his name? Cesare. He's not the main character, but he's the guy that
Cesar, his mate. You mean
the guy who does the thing at the end to you?
Yeah, his mate.
I didn't get that really. I didn't really see the point in that because
no,
I thought that it was like, well, it doesn't really matter now.
Well, what was the benefit of that?
That's what I think the problem is that I don't
because
think there was
right, okay, if there had been some potential rivalry and like what happening not happen meant that he'd be threatened, then you would have been kind of fair enough, wouldn't you? Do you know what I mean?
I suppose what I lived with and what I walked away with was that it was honor, wasn't it? It was like your character does something that has disgraced the family, and he's kind of like honoring the path, like the right thing to do.
But also right, and I'm gonna go into this a little bit as well. But why was it such a fucking massive deal?
I also thought that. I was like, is it
I mean, fuck me. He fell in love with the wrong person at the end of the day. Is that big a deal, really?
What year does this game take place?
1905.
1905.
Yeah.
Patriarchal ideas about owning women were much more, especially in Italy at the time, such that you go near my daughter, I'm gonna fucking fuck you up.
I agree, because the Don had a plan for his daughter, and that plan was
to
benefit his family. It was kind of like how the royals used to do it. It was like, well, they marry them because then that gets me.
How everybody does it. Yeah, you combine farms.
Yeah,
that was the nature of marriage.
Yeah.
I guess, but still.
By the way, the Duchess wants me to yell louder. I'm yelling louder according to her wishes.
I think it was sarcastic.
Okay, thank the Duchess. No, she said it's in a text. I'll show you.
You don't need to show me. I believe you.
Yeah, you don't. We believe you. But and also, the other gripe I have with this is the combat. Because every boss fight was exactly the same.
It's a knife fight, isn't it? You're talking about the knife fights, not the gun fights.
Yeah,
the knife fight.
Not the gunfight. I like the gunfights. To be fair, I like the rolling gunfights. They were all pretty cool. But it was a knife fight, and the only difference was like the sort of further along you went, and the bigger the boss, they had more undefendable attacks. Seemed to be the only difference.
Yeah, like you had to dodge instead of like.
You had to do a lot of dodging around, so you were constantly dodging.
Did you get the achievement for beating the final boss without getting any health knocked off?
No, did I balls?
Well, there you are.
Well, it's time to play it again.
I'll be honest. The final boss was a bit of an attrition. It was kind of a bit boring as well.
There was the final boss with the guy with the great voice. Oh, Enzo.
Oh yeah. You're talking about the final.
I'm talking
boss
about the final boss.
Yeah, by the way, I really detested him as a character, and I hated
mission
it as well.
where you play as another character. Not good. Not good at
all. The
all.
amount of times, right? He just fucking caught me, and I was like, for fuck's sake.
Number of times.
Mafia 2.
Antonio says
Mafia.
No. I just mean you mean to say number, not amount. Go on.
Antonio says, I'm going to assume Mafia 2 doesn't end well too.
No, that does not end well.
No.
Johnny Brasco has a happy ending.
Sure.
Does it really?
No.
It has
a
it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It has a horrible ending.
Right, that's the fucking joke.
Carlito's Way? That's fine, isn't it?
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
Goodfellas, that has a great. Goodfellas has a very
Well, I
happy
mean,
ending.
it
You know
has
what?
a, I mean,
You know what? Goodfellas.
What?
funny at
No.
the end.
He's all.
I think
he
that
lives.
Yeah, he lives.
Well-
He's complaining about how the pasta's no good where he lives now.
I think the happiest ending in a mafia film ever is Casino. That's very happy. That last bit of
Oh, that's
Casino.
very happy. Yeah.
That
I mean,
goes on for about
Snatch-
20 minutes.
Snatch has kind of got a happy ending.
Snatch does have a happy
I
ending.
mean, seriously, a little bit.
Is that a mafia film though?
Hey,
I mean, it's
British-
organized crime.
It's British gangsters.
I
isn't it,
get.
suppose?
It's not
Yeah.
really a mafia film though, is it?
Yeah.
Well,
Well, we
well,
split. it.
I don't
Bricktop
know.
runs a syndicate.
Yeah, I like
He
it. I
loves
like this.
comedy.
I kind of like the story, although it was a little bit predictable.
Mhm.
And I like the character. I like the location. I thought the scenery and the location was really nicely done. And I like the end. You know, I did like the chase scenes and all that kind of stuff. I like the final few bits of it. I thought that was kind of cool.
Did you like the
yeah.
factory? You know, the factory. There's a scene with the factory.
Yeah, that was cool.
I thought that
there
was
was some
great.
really cool set pieces. Yeah, there were some really nice set pieces.
Um,
But I just
can I ask you a question, Stu? Do you prefer this setting or do you prefer the American settings that they've had?
I think I prefer this setting.
Really?
Because it's
Why?
kind of just prettier. It's just prettier, isn't it? You know what I mean? And I kind of like the prequelness of it. You know, that sort of what sort of how it all starts, and the fact there's no drugs or any of that shit going on. It's literally like money laundering and counterfeit money and stuff that obviously they don't give a shit about anymore.
Yeah. Well, mafia is like the mafia families notoriously sort of avoided drugs for as long as possible, didn't they? They sort of
yeah.
said that drugs was a bad thing, then because it messes you up or something. But they soon got rid of it as soon as they started making
Yeah,
money.
because they were soon into the white stuff.
It was that kind of thing where like
Got to get paid.
you can't be seen doing drugs, but everybody sort of did it, like in terms of like selling it
Market
and-
pressures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I don't know what the Godfather Coda Death of Michael Corleone is. Sorry, Antonio.
It's Godfather 3.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
They renamed it.
All right. Anything else about the mafia?
No, that's kind of it. It's all right. I'm not convinced it'll make my top 5. It may do. It may just scrape in, but I'm not.
It's a good game, but
100%
it's
sure.
just sort of solid, isn't it? It's not like
Yeah,
amazing.
it's fine. It was fine. I would agree with most of the reviews. I gave it around the 7 or 6 out of 10. I think that's probably about right for it. But it was still all right. It's fine. It's a mafia game. It's kind of what you expect. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you
Okay.
go,
Am I
done.
going next, or Chinny? Do you want to
You
go?
can-
I mean,
you
I got a
can
lot of
go
stuff from next to this.
You go. I can hear Rouser crying, and I don't have my phone, so I just need to check. So
Okay.
you go.
Okay.
Go on, go for it, Duke.
Right, and I will. So here, come gather around, children. It's high time you heard about a game called Rocket League and the people who play it who are nerds. Why is he putting the intro song on again? Anyway,
I don't know.
they took the text chat away this week.
What? Why?
They took the text chat. Apparently it wasn't intentional. It was a thing that they did because they were doing some update and they had to disable the text chat. I don't really understand what the fuck happened, but there was a period of about 3 days where there was no, I mean, they had the quick chats where you could say, nice shot, and, good, what a save, but I couldn't type anything. As soon as I typed something in, it said, couldn't deliver that message, this feature is not available. And I was like, what the fuck is this? So I did a Google search and there was a Reddit thread that said, yeah, you probably got banned on text chat. Now I never heard of anybody getting banned just on text chat. So I was like, that doesn't sound right. And I was like, I also haven't done anything that's bannable. I don't curse. I'm not a toxic child. I'm calling out the other toxic children and I do it in a way that's not toxic. So I was like, what the hell's going on here? And turns out Psyonix had a thing on the Reddit that was like, just so everyone knows, we've disabled text chat because it's conflicting with this other thing. We'll have it back soon. Thank you for your patience. Voice chat and quick chats are still a thing. So I was like, all right. So I had to use my headset for a few days. Now, the good news is that if you're actually talking to people, it's actually harder to be toxic because you can kind of, you hear the tone of their voice. They're more of a person to you, right? If it's just words on a screen, people tend to be more toxic. So I actually had less people being terrible. Although there was one guy the whole game, like when we started, I'll turn on my mic and I'll be like, Mike, it'll tell you, okay, you join the team chat. And then if somebody else joins the team chat, it'll say so-and-so joined the team chat. And otherwise it's just you're not communicating with the people on your team. Right. So this one guy, it said, he was in the team chat. And so I said, hey, Mike, check 1, 2, give me an okay or no problem if you can hear me. I tell him to use one of the quick chats. And he said, no problem. So I was like, okay, cool. So I was sort of talking throughout the game, right? Like, I'm defending, that was close. And, he'd write sorry in the chat and I'd be like, no problem. And then at the end of the game, it was something like, I don't remember even what I said. Like, oh, he had, whatever. There was this whole thing where he was mad at me and all this stuff. And then I was like, I guess we both made some mistakes, whatever. It's on to the next game. I was trying to play it off. And he just turned on his mic and he goes, 1v1 me, bro. And I was like, you know what? Screw that. I'm just not even going to answer that. And I quit out of the game after it was done. And I was just like, it's so exhausting. I feel so sorry for these people who are like taking the game so seriously. And they're just like, add me, bro. I'm like, shut up. Anyway, the good news is it's back. We got our text chat again. And it's such a relief to have it back now because when I joined the game, I would instinctively write have fun people and then get reminded, oh wait, you don't have text chat. So finally I write it again and it's going through and people can see my fun writing. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. I bet you're happy.
Yes. I am very happy.
So what about a real game? What about a real game though? That Rocket League.
You can be sick of hearing me talk about Rocket League, but to say that it's not a real game.
When's it, what about?
You want to try that question again?
Go on. What else have you played?
Okay, that's a better question.
Okay.
So I've been playing a lot of stuff from Next Fest.
Yeah,
man.
I've downloaded a lot of stuff, but just didn't have time to play any of it. So I'll try and do it.
Well, you made time for these other games. By the way, Mafia Old Country 74 on PC. 73 on Xbox.
Probably about right. Would have said.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about Icarus next week. I've been playing more Icarus. In fact, I got through a whole mission, so I'll tell you all about that next time.
Okay.
But I played 7 demos on Next Fest. For those who don't know, Next Fest is a thing it is a lot of demos. Next Fest is this thing on Steam where they make a lot of demos available for games that aren't out yet. And, there's some interesting variety of things. And a lot of the games on Next Fest are pieces of shit. Oh my God. So much of the stuff I was scrolling through was like, they'll just let anything into Next Fest, man. Have some fucking standards, Steam. What are you doing?
They don't have standards.
Ridiculous.
They just have put it on there. It's all good.
I should play those sound effects to the Sour Children, James Bevan. You're right. Thanks, Antonio. Anyway, so I played a bunch, and I'll talk about some of them probably this week and some of them next week. The first one that I'm going to talk about is called The Last Caretaker, and it's kind of a shame that Chinny's not here to put the video on the stream because it's an interesting looking game. This is certainly, I think, the most polished of the games in terms of graphics. So The Last Caretaker is it's in a sort of post-apocalyptic game where you are a robot and you're in this abandoned facility, but there's a boat. And so the whole goal of the demo is to get to the boat, fuel the boat, power up the boat, and then sail the boat off into the ocean. And the whole game is you going from place to place on this boat and, finding scrap and crafting things and so forth and so on. It's not doing anything revolutionary or new, but it's very well made. So, you're picking up metal things and throwing them out of the way. You find all these old broken robots, which feels like corpses, but obviously they're not human, so they're not technically corpses. And, the crafting is pretty basic. A lot of it is just connecting things to things. So, you pick up batteries and you need to consume batteries in order to keep your power levels up. And then you also have a health level, which is kind of weird. I don't really understand why you have a health level and a battery level, because you think for a robot, those would be one and the same.
But, it would be the same thing, wouldn't it? Yeah.
So anyway, in this game, you got to keep your power up and you got to keep your health up. And presumably out in the world, there's more batteries for you to find because that's how you stay alive. Or you keep moving at least. I suppose you could have good health, but no batteries. So I don't know. I don't know what would happen if that happened. Yeah. And it's got these like cables that you end up dragging around. And so, you have to put a battery, there's small batteries that you eat for your power. And then there's like medium batteries you can fill up from a main generator or whatever. So you have these cables that you connect to the medium batteries and stuff, and you can carry those around. And yeah, it's good, but not great. It's, there's nothing, like I said, too remarkable about it. I did get to the end of the demo, which is not true about all these games I played the demo of. And I, got the boat is in this like, harbor room. It's got water in it and it's off the ocean, but it's got this steel door, at the front end of it. So you have to power up the steel door and then you have to raise the steel door, kind of like opening a vault in Fallout. And then I sailed the boat out, and then it said, "Thank you for playing the demo. The rest of the game is your adventure into the world." So I didn't add it to my wish list, but it's good at what it does. I just didn't think it really grabbed me. So Last Caretaker.
Yeah, you see, when I saw that, I thought this was a different game.
Oh yeah,
because I saw a game in Nextfest which I didn't play, but I saw someone writing about it. Which has got a very similar title.
Okay, what's it called?
I can't remember. I thought it was called that, but it obviously isn't that game because that game is a little bit like Papers, Please. But
there's one called Quarantine Zone.
Oh, that might be. But you're basically a doctor who has to check whether people have got zombie infection.
I played that. It's called Quarantine Zone. Yes.
And that looked pretty cool. I didn't play it, but I've put it in my list. I've downloaded it, but just didn't get around to playing it.
I have things to say about it as soon as Chinny's back to show it on the screen, because I ain't talking about too much stuff without then being on the screen.
I know.
I don't want to hear about this baby of yours. You got a responsibility to do here, Chinny. Come on.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
It's two.
If you can't take care of the screen, tell Tara to get in here and do it.
Yeah, what does it matter with just two people?
Priorities.
One person can look after a baby. Why does it need two people? Christ.
I hope everything's okay with Tara and Rosa.
Yeah, I'm sure everything will be hopefully fine. I will, while we're waiting for him to arrive back, I will talk about one of my games because it's not that big a deal, and I've had it on my list for quite a while now.
Yeah.
Which is, I played the demo about 3 weeks ago for Little Nightmares 3.
Okay.
But I wanted to mention on this week's show because I played another game that was made by the original developers in Nextfest. So that's why I thought I'd start off with Little Nightmares 3. So, yeah, so the new one has been made by the people who make Until Dawn.
Okay.
So that's who made it. I have no idea why this happened, why it wasn't the original developers. I'm trying to remember what they're called. Who made
Fred's developer? No.
So it's developed by Supermassive Games. That's of course who made this one. Okay. And they did The Quarry. They did all those other sort of games, all those kind of almost like make your own adventure games, I guess, with quick time events, etc. So The Devil in Me, The House of Ashes. And they made the Little Nightmares 2 port on Stadia.
So I can't put the actual footage on the screen, but I found it on my phone, and I'll put it up on the phone. So at least we can see something, even if Shinny's not around. Do it right.
Still not here. So anyway, I really, really like the first two games, Little Nightmares 1 and Little Nightmares 2. Really enjoyed them. The second one can be played co-op, as can this.
Okay.
I actually quite like the demo. Stylistically, these games always look great.
Yeah.
Right, which I think is such a good thing. You
can't really see on this shaky, blurry phone footage, but it's
great.
better than nothing.
Looks amazing.
Yeah.
So graphically they always look good. They're always fairly slick. They have added in some new little elements to this. So, for instance, you can ride like thermals with an umbrella. So you get like a little umbrella, and you can sort of get to higher places by jumping into thermal surges.
Yeah,
I don't know what you call them, updrafts.
Yeah.
And fans, you can use fans with the umbrella, and you can use it obviously to float down from high places so you don't die, which I kind of liked.
Yeah.
But then since the full game has come out, so I really like the demo, and I'll be honest, on the back of this demo, I would have probably bought the game. I'd have been like, yeah, no, I can play this. This looks really good. But then the actual game itself came out, and it's only about 3 to 4 hours long.
Yeah. How long was
Which
1 and
is-
2?
There was probably a little bit longer than that, probably about 6, maybe 5, 6 hours. So maybe double.
Oh, yeah.
They were a decent size. But they also were cheap. You know, they were never really expensive games. Now this isn't mega, but I think it's about £30.
Yeah.
So it's not like in the realms of 20, 15, 20 quid. And I
Quick,
think at that
Chinny, my
price-
arm's getting tired. I'm holding up
yeah.
my phone to show footage of Little Nightmares 3.
I think had it been 35 quid, it is 34.99.
That's expensive for a 3-hour game.
It's a lot of money for a 3 to 4 hour game. And everybody, and I mean everybody in the reviews on Steam are just like, this is way too expensive for this game.
Well, yeah.
It's all right, but it is not worth that amount of money.
Right.
And I think that's the issue because, and I know you shouldn't base
You can stop
value
it,
for
Dick.
money.
Okay.
Yeah. Value for money on the cost of a game, you know, on the
Yeah, but
length of
still.
that game. But
Yeah.
when they're asking, you know, what used to be a AAA title price almost, 35 quid for
Right.
this game.
Yeah.
I just feel like I'm not buying it. And I reckon
Blame you.
until it's less than 15 quid, I probably won't.
Well, that's the thing, man. I'm a
Um,
cheapskate. I never get games at full price, so this sounds like a good reason to not. Everything okay
No,
with Rosa? Chinny?
Yeah, is everything all right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, good.
So I really enjoyed the demo. And as a result of all the negative stuff from the actual full game, I won't be buying it. Although I'm quite sad to say that because I really love the other 2 games.
Well,
And it
the
does have
market
local
speaks.
co-op.
The market will speak.
Yeah, local co-op. I think I would have had it had that. Maybe something I could have played with Millie, but obviously it's online only. So
This
again,
is where Silksong got in a little bit of trouble because it sold for $20 and
20 quid, yeah,
and
15 quid in the UK.
a lot of indie games were pushing to sell their games for more because they need to make more money, and then Silksong just released it for 20, and
Wreck the curve.
they could have sold it for a lot more, but they didn't. So, and other indie devs were a little mad at them for it.
They're the
Yeah, bullshit.
Fugazi of video game developers. Tell me someone out there gets that reference to Fugazi.
But to be fair, Supermassive Games isn't really an indie developer, are they? You know,
Another reference
No.
by Duke that no one understands.
No, they're not an indie developer, but
they're not an indie
They-
developer.
I don't
You
know.
know, they do some
they're
big,
trying to
massive
maximize
exclusives.
profit. I mean, that's,
What do they do?
company is-
What
So
do
they
do?
made Until Dawn, etc.
Oh,
So
okay.
Until Dawn, The Quarry, all those kinds of games.
Is that who
so
makes
they're
Little
not-
Nightmares?
No,
Oh.
I don't know why this changed, but it was Tasia Games who originally made Little Nightmares and Little Nightmares 2.
Right.
Supermassive Games did the ports for Stadia for Little Nightmares 2. And then for whatever reason, they're the sole developer on Little Nightmares 3.
Oh.
So not entirely sure why that all changed. Don't know. So whether there was some follow, because is it Namco Games? I can't remember who actually publishes it. Is it
No idea.
Namco?
No way.
But
No idea.
who
Search
but
me.
presumably. So, but presumably the publisher owned the IP because obviously they've been
Yeah.
able to get another developer in to do it. Yeah, it's Bandai Namco.
Right.
Who sort of published it. But it
every
is
time
so
I hear
weird.
Namco, I think of Soul Blade. Namco,
Yeah.
a tale
Namco.
told through time.
So yeah, so that's
So,
my
thumbs
feelings
up on
Little Nightmares.
Little
3.
Nightmares 3 demo,
No,
but not
thumbs
that
down.
far up.
Oh yeah, thumbs
thumbs-
up on the demo.
Yeah,
But
but thumbs down on the
not the full
price
game.
of the
Yeah,
full
full,
game.
thumbs down on the price of the full game because it's
Okay.
35 quid's too much. Too much
Yeah.
for a 3-hour game.
Sure.
It is.
Jenny, you want to
Mike.
take one, or should we
Yeah. Do you want to
Look back
talk
to
about
me.
something?
go ahead, Jenny? What do you got?
What you got?
You're muted. You got no sound out of your mic, is what you
Yeah, I'll
got.
do it. Sorry. I have finished Cloud Obscura, the Cloud Obscura.
Oh my goodness!
Wow, that's
Too
impressive.
fast. Yeah.
I have finished Clair Obscura Expedition 33. I have now finished the story. I know
Yeah.
what happens.
You know what's what?
I know what's what. And,
knows what is what.
Well,
but he don't
Duke,
know what
Stu,
is
for
what.
people that haven't finished the story or play the game,
Yeah.
I know, Stu, you're a bit further in. Do you have any questions for me that are non-spoilery?
I don't know whether I do.
Do
Was it
you feel
satisfying?
satisfied with
Yeah, was
Ooh,
it
same
satisfying?
question.
There, same question.
Yeah.
They give you enough to go, yeah, that's an explanation for what is going on.
Alright.
They
So
it's not vague.
Is
Well,
it a satisfying explanation?
It's satisfying. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. It's like, oh, okay, this is like not what I thought it was going to be, but that
Unexpected and
explains
interesting.
what is going on, and the
It was all a dream.
It's
Is it
clear.
that?
It's clear enough in the sense of like you get the big points, but then you
Right.
might have like for me, I have like little niggles of like what was
Yeah.
going on there? Like what was that?
What's with the black smoke monster and what's with the numbers?
Yeah, so it's there's a bit of that. So
Okay.
but in terms of like the broad strokes, pun intended, because it's all painting themed.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Does it-
I sort of get it. Yeah, like okay, that
Does it
was-
keep the door open for a sequel? Are you
Well,
excited for
I was
Expedition
just going to ask
34?
that question. I was going to say, does it leave enough for the sequel?
You know what?
Of course they're going to make a sequel.
I mean, they could make a sequel.
Look how
Yeah.
much money this game made. Of
They-
course
they could make a sequel, but at the same time, I'm not really sure what they would do. Like it's like
Yeah, so you feel like it's finished. You feel like the story's
it feels
done.
like if they do make a sequel, it would feel like how Portal 2 made a sequel, where you know, like you finish Portal 1 and you're like, I am satisfied, like that is a complete thing, and then like, how are they going to do it again? And then you import 2 but it won't be quite the same because you find out things in this game about this world that change how you think about the world, like that you're in.
For instance, there's a line that says it's not a lake, it's an ocean.
No, it's
Yeah.
it's far better than that too. But it gives you answers to questions. It tells you sort of roughly what is going on, and then what you think of the world is completely different. It's completely different. So you
Interesting.
to do a sequel in the same world or the same
Yeah,
characters, I would
universe.
struggle like to think. But I'm sure that they're cleverer than me, so I'm sure they could. But I honestly think that they
Well, to
that
be
felt
fair,
that
they
felt
may-
like
may.
that felt like an ending. Do you know what I mean? That felt
Yeah.
like a game where that ended, and I'm happy with that. I don't need another one. You know.
No, I was
Right.
going to say, to be fair, they may just make something else equally
That's what
great.
that's what I hope they do. Is that they just make something else. I really
Yeah,
do.
just keep making really
if
cool
they
games.
if
No, I
they
like that.
made something this good, that was a brand new IP that no one had heard of, and it was ridiculously named, and they sold bajillions because it was good, then they are equally prepared to make, well, they're equally capable of making something just as
rather
good.
than just creating a franchise.
Yeah, but you know, I wouldn't surprise me if there's another sequel, but I don't need one. Is my answer.
No, it's good. I'm looking forward to actually getting stuck back into this. I need to finish Silent Hill F, get that out of the way, and then I'm going to get stuck into Clair Obscur and get it finished before Christmas.
Yeah. It's
So
it's
I've
a
got
fair
that
old game.
to
I
do.
think I clocked about 30 hours in total.
Yeah, which sounds about what I
there's-
expected, to be fair.
There's a bunch of. I might still play it a little bit here, just here and there, just to, you know, mop up a few things because there's extra areas that you gain access to. You can do a new game plus, you know, or you can do all sorts of stuff. So, you can carry on playing this game a lot longer than 30 hours.
Yeah, then the story.
But in
like,
terms of like the
allows.
story, I'm finished. But yeah, I'm just watching the footage of the first fight scene that you have, and it's really funny because the damage that they do to each other is like 15, 12, and then the damage that I do is 25,000 and 32,000.
crazy.
So it's
Yeah,
it's
crazy
really
amounts.
interesting. Yeah, so you know, just something. I'll give you something to bite on. That's a little bit more interesting. Is you know, the you have a damage cap throughout the game, so you can't do more than 9,999 damage in the game.
Oh, bogus.
Right.
I wanted to
okay.
do 10,001.
So, but towards the very end, not quite the end, but towards the very end, you get it's called a Picto, but it's just a perk, right? Just imagine it's a perk. You get a
Yes.
Picto that goes you can do more than 9999 damage. And I'm like, what the fuck is this, right? And I put it on, and I'm like, and like, because a lot of my moves that I was doing, especially one with my L, was 9999 every time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So
and
it
I
was just
like,
as much as you could
I
possibly.
wonder how
what it's like when it's unrestricted.
And it's like 18,000. I'm like, oh fuck, it's you know. So yeah, it's ridiculous how much you can.
So here's a question
stack
for you,
things up.
Chinny. One of the things that always bugged me about Final Fantasy games is at a certain point in the game, you can't do anything to the bosses, and sometimes even just the regular old enemies, without a special materia. You know, you fight in a certain way, and then later on, like, you have to have this special gem or whatever it is. Does this game do that?
No.
Good.
No, you.
'Cause one of the things I really like about Skyrim and Fallout is that you can fight the hardest of monsters with the most regular of weapons.
Yeah, you in theory in Skyrim, on paper, you could beat the hardest boss with the weakest weapon if you were good enough, fast enough, or you just dodged well enough. Very different types of games, very different types of combat. But if you knew all the enemy attacks, it might take you an hour. But if you come across a boss that is, for example, there's a boss, and it's not it's a missable boss. It's not a story boss. That he's sort of half in the water. You know, the water that you go around to, and the open area. He's half in the water. He's this huge, like, robot type thing, and he's nothing to do with the story. He's just there, right? He's just there, and you I fought him not early on, but like close, like in the third act, maybe something like that. And he was really tough. This was before I got the 9999 Picto perk. And I was like, in theory, if I had the patience, I could probably beat this guy. But it's going to take me like 20-30 minutes to do it because I'm chipping away.
Yeah, some of those boss fights are big,
but then,
aren't they?
But
They are
then
big boss
I thought, no, I'm going to come back to this when I'm more powerful. But now that I haven't beat him yet, but now that I've got the perk, it's going to take me it still took me a while, but it'll take me quicker to do. So, I think the story does a great job. It does get a little bit what's going on, but not in a frustrating way. It's more like I'm missing things, and I could read up on this, like in a good way where a story has a bit of depth. And
do you know what? What I find quite interesting, Mike? You are not a story person, are you? Really? You're a cutscene skipper sometimes.
No. I don't skip every cutscene. For example, I think, and I stand by this. I think most. Maybe I'm going to say as much as 90% of video games have bad stories.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Right. So, I think when a game has an okay story, people go nuts, right?
Yeah.
But I still don't think it's worthy. I think it's just okay. When a game has a really good story, like Red Dead Redemption, or and I don't include GTA 5. I don't think GTA 5 has a great story. I think it has an okay story. But I think GTA 4 has a great story. And I think Claire Obscura has a great story. And so I do like stories, Stu, but I just don't think many video games... I don't play games going in thinking I'm going to get a good story out of this. I go in...
Nor should you, because the sign in my classroom says I'm not cynical. I've been taking notes. Like,
because
what the most stories are in video games.
For me, it's about mechanics and feeling good and enjoying it. That's what I play games for.
That being said, obviously you're putting it up there with GTA 4. Would you put it up alongside Red Dead Redemption?
Yeah,
then?
Absolutely. Like this in terms of story and
that's high praise, people. This man's a rock star.
I respect that. That's pretty good. I mean, I think that means it's pretty decent.
I have a list. I have a list of my favorite games of all time. I just made the list for fun, right? It's on my Google lists. I've got like a Google list, and I just went, I'm just going to write down all my. Is this going in there?
Is it going in there?
I won't put it in yet because it's recency bias, right? It's too soon, but it could go in there. It could go in there. It's fantastic. You think about it, right? It's a genre that I don't care for.
No, I mean this is impressive.
It's if I saw like video footage of this, I'd be like, I don't know, this isn't me at all. But we were forced to play it on the Play My Game Bitch by the gods, and I played it. And I was like, this feels good. This feels really good. Like I really like it. So it's that list.
I think we
might
always,
have to
I think
be
we
looked at.
always know when you really like a game in the speed that you play it at. How quickly you finish
Yeah,
it.
like Mass Effect 2. Like I held off playing Mass Effect 2 for a year. I bought it day one and I held off for a year. And when I started playing, I was like, "What the fuck am I doing? Like, why have I not played this
Yeah,
game?" And I'm
what
back
were
at
you
it.
doing?
I remember every hour that I would have free, I would play Mass Effect 2. Like, I wouldn't even. I'd be like, right, Mass Effect 2. I just got to play it.
And let's be honest, one of the few games I've played twice. Because we played it for the Does It Hold Up, didn't we?
Yeah.
Does it hold up?
So I'm looking at my list of favorite games ever, and some of these games I would put below Clara Obscura Expedition 33.
Wow.
So
Okay.
it's
I
pretty
would be
amazing.
interested to see where it ends up on your list.
The most recent game that I've added to this list is Zelda Breath of the Wild. It's one of my favorite games ever.
Okay.
So,
Which
yeah.
is fair comment because that is a great game.
It is ridiculous, yeah. But
It is a
there's some
ridiculously good
games on here that no one would think it's their best game. You know what I mean? Like Carmageddon 2, but I love that game.
No, horses for courses.
Those kind of games. But
Yeah.
Hotline Miami, which I think is a fantastic game.
Yes, it is.
So yeah, it's very likely to go on there. So that's what I think of Claire Obscura Expedition.
All
good.
right.
I think we need to come back to you, Duke, seeing you've got a
Yeah.
lot of demos.
That's right. And I'm not going to get to all of these today, but I will talk about Quarantine Zone. This is another demo from Next Fest. And as Stu said, it is kind of Papers, Please in a zombie apocalypse. So you have people coming through and they all say, oh, I got bitten by a dog. And you can see the bite mark on his leg, and you're just like, nope, sorry, you're going to liquidation zone. And he's like, no, please don't. And it's very heartbreaking. I don't like, sending people to their death. But hey, I also don't like being eaten by zombies. So if it's you or me,
you don't want to get killed.
I've heard about
Gotta
this,
go.
Duke. Is this the game where you've got to have people in your apartment, but then you've got to look at traits of what
No,
they've got? Or
no,
is
that's a different. That's a
Oh, is that a
different
different game?
that was
from
the one
last
Stu
Next
played, I
Fest.
think.
Yeah, that
That
was
was-
kind of similar. That was kind of
Yeah,
similar.
that was I Am a Human or I'm Not a
I
Human.
am.
or
Oh,
whatever.
Yeah,
sorry.
I
Yes, I
am.
am. Yeah. Sorry.
So this
I Am
is
Human.
similar, but it's different. You're at the entry zone for a quarantine, and there's three options. You can send them to the survivors unit, you can send them to liquidation, or you can send them to the quarantine zone, which is they spend the night there, and then if they're better in the morning, you can send them to the other place. If they turn zombie, they're probably going to eat everybody in the quarantine zone, so you just wake up to a bloodbath. And on the second day, you get this flashlight, which allows you to see beneath the clothes and stuff.
Right.
So you have an infrared thing, and you can
Ooh.
see bite marks they're trying to hide
See
or
their-
whatnot.
You can see their nips.
So
Yeah, it sounds a bit like
you don't know.
voyeurism to me. That is.
You can't see through their underwear, so you see
Oh.
under their clothes, but they still have their underwear, their bra
Special,
on.
that's a special kind of camera.
Yeah,
torch
that's
thing, isn't it?
impressive.
Very sophisticated.
So
kind
if
of
you're
thing.
infected under your underwear, then you're in.
You're good. If your wiener's
Sweet.
all pus ridden and covered in bite
Yeah.
marks, you're
If you
fine.
got chlamydia, then you're okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, to be fair, chlamydia is not a big threat to a quarantine zone. But,
Yeah.
there's a lot
they'll be
of
banging,
symptoms
isn't
that
it?
you're supposed to watch for, and some people have blood around their mouth, and you're like, okay, you know what? I think you're probably not safe if you got blood around your mouth. You think you'd wipe that off before you get to
Tomato
the
sauce.
quarantine zone.
It's tomato sauce.
They say I just had a nosebleed, and it's just
Yeah.
like, no,
Just
it's
ketchup.
clearly in
It's
your
just
mouth.
ketchup, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's fine. The problem is on the third day, I put some people in the quarantine zone, some of whom I was pretty sure probably had been bitten, but I was just like, all right, I want to see what happens when you send people to the quarantine zone who are infected.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like ready to go check it out in the morning, and then it starts diverting you to oh, we need to keep the food supplies coming. So now you're going to take this food stuff over to this other place, and you're going to bring these supplies over to this place, and you're going to take this over there.
This game, I'm done.
Ah, fuck off. I didn't.
You know
I'm
what's
not
quite
trying to play it.
interesting? They were obviously like, how do we make this game different to Papers, Please?
It doesn't need to be different from Papers, Please. It's already different. It's a zombie apocalypse, Papers,
No,
Please.
I
Just
know.
focus on that. Good
But they
games
were obviously-
know what they're doing, and they stick to it. This game decided we're going to go wide, and we're going to have all sorts of crazy stuff happening. And I don't want to take care of the whole, survivors area.
If you send someone through who was infected by mistake, right? Does it show you the repercussions of that? Like people getting infected?
I don't know. I was ready to see them, and then it started telling me to move supplies around, and I was like, "Fuck off, I'm done."
Wow.
So it may be that I gave up too quick on it, but I had all these demos to play, and I was like, "Let's keep it moving, people. Come on." So what it did was okay, but you know, once it started throwing in all these needless mechanics into the game, I was like, "No, thank you."
Get it?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Pretty
you had me
brutal.
and you lost me. I'm sorry. Quarantine Zone. This may be a good game. I mean, somebody else should play it. Next Fest is still going on, but I ain't
is.
trying to find out. So
I'm going to talk a bit about. I talked about just obviously Friday. I just talked about Little Nightmares 3. Who's
yes, you
now
did, and I held
Supermassive
my phone up to the
Games.
screen so people could see it.
You did. But Tasia Games, who that made the original Little Nightmares games, have made a game of their own.
Okay.
And this is in the Next Fest demos currently called Reanimal.
All
So
right.
it's called Reanimal, which is a weird name. Not sure how it relates to the game at all.
Presumably you're
Reanimal.
reanimating and you're an animal.
I have no idea. I'm going to be totally honest with you. This is a Little Nightmares sequel, not called Little Nightmares.
Yeah.
That is, in essence, what this game is. This is almost like, right, you've taken this IP off us and given it to Supermassive to develop for whatever reason that is.
We'll show you. We know how to make the game that we wanted to make.
We'll make our own sequel to Little Nightmares called Reanimal.
I'm going to make my own casino
yeah,
with blackjack and hookers.
Fuck you guys. It's so similar. It's ridiculous. So the main character has a sack on his head. So it's very similar. Aesthetically, it looks so much like a Little Nightmares game. Gameplay wise, it plays like a Little Nightmares game. It also has co-op. I don't know how many though, because towards the end of the demo, you get 3 characters. There are 3 separate characters on screen. So whether it's more than just 2, I couldn't say. And it was fine. I actually like this as well. So I like this as a demo. And it's pretty fucking disturbing. There's some really weird, gruesome shit going on.
Yeah,
which
now
is
you got my attention.
so reminiscent of Little Nightmares.
I've got a little blurb about why they didn't make it. So,
Okay.
the original developer of Little Nightmares, is it Tarsla?
Tasia Games, I think it is.
Tasia Studios.
Yeah.
Didn't make the 3rd game because they were acquired by Embracer Group in 2019. They were redirected to make new IPs, and the Little Nightmares IP belongs to Bandai Namco.
That's what I assumed.
Mergers and
What's
acquisitions,
quite-
man. They ruin fucking
They were
everything.
acquired by a different company.
Yeah, what's interesting though, they went, make a new IP that is actually just Little Nightmares.
Well,
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go build my own theme park with blackjack and hookers.
yeah, that's basically what happened.
So that's basically what they've made, though. They have basically made another Little Nightmares game.
Sure.
What's interesting with this game, though, different to the other ones, is the characters speak.
Okay.
So they're fully voice acted. I mean, there aren't a ton of lines. They're not, but the lines that they do deliver are pretty damn creepy.
Hey, fuck you, buddy. Is it like that?
Yeah. So there's some pretty creepy dialogue comes out of the mouth.
Crazy stuff going on behind Stu, but all we can see is blur.
Yeah, it's Millie. It's fine.
Hi, Millie.
Can't see Millie, you're blurred.
Yeah, it's all blurred out. But yeah, I liked
She
it. I
didn't
mean,
sign her release.
again, can I just say, aesthetically, this game is gorgeous in a very
It looks nice.
depressingly creepy type of way.
Sure.
The characters look great. The way everything moves is fine. There was a little bit of jank. I got stuck on scenery a couple of times, but very minor stuff. You know, nothing that would detract from the game. And it ran fine, by the way. I don't know whether this is Unreal Engine 5. I don't know what they've used to develop this. But there was no frame drops. There was no weirdness going on. So yeah, it was all good. Really liked it.
Cool.
I'm going to wishlist it. I'm going to hopefully
wish list, baby.
I'm going to wishlist it. Hopefully it's less than 35 quid and longer than 3 hours.
Yeah.
With a bit of luck. But there's some nice little touches. I mean, the character you have uses a Zippo lighter for light, and some of the lighting effects look really cool. So yeah,
Okay.
so big massive thumbs up for this from Next Fest. If you haven't got a chance to give it a go, you like Little Nightmares, and you want what's really probably the sequel to those games, then give this a go.
And
It's
for
pretty
cheaper.
cool.
probably.
Hopefully, we don't know. I mean, we don't know how
Yeah.
much it's going to be.
We don't know. Stay tuned, people.
Be a
We'll let you
little
know when
cheaper.
we know. Yeah.
We'll let you know when we know, and I will probably definitely play the full version of this. Realize.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
Chinny, do you have anything else?
Apart from the Power Wash game, no.
Okay,
I didn't
well, then we
know
should play-
whether. I was going to say I didn't know whether Mike you wanted to just have a quick chat about Gears of War Reloaded because we've never really mentioned it since we played it.
I don't really have a lot to say about it other than it's prettier. To be honest, there's not much.
It is pretty. That's literally about it, isn't it? We
Yeah.
we
the
had
question
a couple
is,
of,
does it hold up?
well, we had a couple of very tough sections, didn't we? Because we did the minecart section, which we died quite a few times, but stupidly, and then it wasn't as long as we remembered, did we?
No, I remember it being a nightmare because, well, I warned you, didn't I? I
little
said,
nightmare?
like, this minecart
Yeah.
thing, I remember this
I
being
didn't
a nightmare.
remember it at all. I never remembered it.
And yeah, and it was a little bit of a nightmare, but then yeah, we did it. We got through it eventually.
And then there was also the krill section with the
car.
the
And
truck.
again,
Oh,
once we figured
we
out
died quite a few
what
times,
the energy
didn't we?
bar was, we thought it was like the light, but it was actually the energy bar of the vehicle. Then we
Yeah,
we got
yeah,
through it,
you
and
got to watch.
It's it's I've played Gears of War 1 probably about 20 times. Oh, no, that's probably too much. It's about 15 times before, and this looks better. And when you compare them to the old one, it does definitely.
Yeah,
does
oh
look
yeah, it
better.
definitely does.
And
And we
it's
we
fine.
should mention we are playing on Insane, so you do die very quickly on Insane, especially with the grill.
Yes.
It's
Why
like
would you play
almost
in
in-
insane mode?
Because,
Why not? It's the best way
That's
to
too
play
hard.
it. It's not though.
It's not that hard.
Well,
it's not that
okay.
hard. It's not that hard.
Fair enough.
It is the best way to
hard.
play it, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's definitely the best way to play this
More
game.
power to you.
Yes. So other than that,
but we
it's
do
a
need
bit
to
prettier.
arrange another time to play it.
Yeah,
don't we?
yeah.
Because
I played some of the multiplayer as well, and the multiplayer is it's fine. You know, it's I'm not a massive
Gears
fan
of
of.
War?
Yeah, you know, I had a lot of great times in Gears of War, but you know, I learned many years ago that when you try and get nostalgia and try and relive those sort of years, it never works out. It just, you know,
Yeah.
it's never the
It's a
same.
different. Are you talking about multiplayer? Because it's a different player base now, which is going to make a difference.
Yeah, and it's good that it's, you know, cross-platform, but it's
Yeah.
very clear that the PC players have an advantage. Like, it's very
Yeah,
clear.
sure.
I think it's because like maybe the game's a bit slower moving than like a COD or a Battlefield, but I've never really felt.
Aimbot.
I've
That's
never
why they have
really
an
felt
advantage,
sort of
aimbot.
like disabled as a console player on like Call of Duty or Battlefield.
Interesting.
But when I play with people that I get on the PC, I just feel like I'm completely.
Can you not turn
outmatched.
the cross-platform play off?
Are people,
you can
by
do
the
that
way,
I don't know.
are people still glitching where they end up in midair on multiplayer maps and
I
weird
haven't,
shit
s-
like
I
that
haven't
going
seen.
on?
No, I haven't seen anything like that. No. No.
Yeah, because I wondered if that was still happening.
I think
'cause
they've
that used to
gotten
happen
better
a
at
lot.
fighting those glitches.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, it
Yeah.
depends on the game. Some
Well, they've
games
known
and
these
stuff.
maps for a long time, so I'm sure they can get around that stuff now. But
Yeah.
yes, it's fine. It's Gears. I mean, you know, it's definitely on my list of. Actually, I don't know if it is on my favorite list of games ever. Yes, it is. It is Gears of War 1.
I would have thought it was.
And I'm gonna put it there. I loved it. I think it's great. But going back and they've re-released it in 2015, and then they released it in 2025, and okay, we get it. You know,
Every
what I
10
mean?
years, you got to re-release it, baby.
It's one of them. It's
10 years, man.
just okay. We get it. It's good, and it changed a lot of gaming at that time. It changed how games were played, and a
Yeah.
lot of games
It got me to
became.
buy an Xbox 360.
Yeah, everybody bought a 360. A lot of games became cover-based shooters. Yeah, it
Yeah.
definitely influenced, made an impact. But it's
Definitely it did, yeah, for sure.
you know, it is what it is now. But
The double-edged sword of being the trendsetter, the person who pioneers a new thing, is that somebody's going to take that new thing and do it better, and then your original loses shine because although it was first, it doesn't have the same polish.
to be
or
fair,
amazing-
you know, Gears,
mean,
the
not
other
that
Gears
bad.
games were part of that. You know, they made it better themselves. You know, they did things
Yeah,
in
sure.
the second and the third one that made it even better. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know,
Do you know, whatever you say, and the gameplay is almost identical, isn't it? Really, it's still solid.
Yeah, we did
It
do
is solid
a
gameplay.
cutscene comparison, didn't we, Stu? I think we talked about this
Yeah.
where the camera wasn't as shaky, so they've polished a few things up, but apart from that, it's pretty much the same game.
It is, but it's still fine. I think it does hold up. By the way,
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
it definitely holds up, even even though it's a much shinier.
If this was the
prettier
first time you ever
irritation.
played this game,
I nearly said
you-
irritation and instead of iteration.
Yeah.
That would have been funny.
If this is the first time you ever played this game, you know you're having a good time. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it holds up. I think it holds up pretty good.
Mm.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Are we going to do play my game?
Sure.
Yeah, bitch!
Yeah, bitch.
Play my game. Play my game, bitch.
Yeah, it's got the Breaking Bad connection. As soon as I saw Power Wash Simulator 2 on Next Fest, I thought, all right, they need to know about this because Chinny lost his mind for this game one back in the day. And it reminded me of, y'all remember those Calvin Klein commercials where they had the like very young models and the person off camera was like, hey, sexy, what's going on? Well, anyway, they were really creepy and weird and unpleasant. But Mad TV, way back in the day, must have been like, I don't know, 2001 or something. They did a parody of it, and one of them reminded me of Power Wash Simulator.
Hey, you late? Where you been, sexy?
Cleaning scum. Cleaning the moldy, crusty brown scum that's in and around public toilets.
So one of the levels in Power Wash Simulator 2 is a public toilet, and so it reminded me of cleaning scum.
Yeah, doing the dirty
So
work.
there you go. Yeah. I loved it. I actually had a really good time with this. Yeah.
I didn't expect.
Why
you
did
to
you
say-
not like it?
I didn't expect you to say that you loved it. I don't know.
Yeah,
why.
well,
Can we just say it's very shiny compared to the first game?
Very
It is
shiny.
Yeah.
better looking
And the
game.
soap works. When I got done with this, I went back to the first one because I kind of had a taste for it. I was like, all right. And I had to do CPR training online, and I was like watching these videos that I've seen 100 times. I'm like, I needed to do something while I was doing that training because
Just a minute,
CPR, that's
you were
not really
playing
important.
Power Wash while you were
That's
doing
not
CPR
important.
training.
I mean, come
No,
on, who needs to
obviously.
pay attention to CPR training? Come on, I
Wow.
got the certificate. Okay, the end. Anyway, but I passed the test. If I could just take the test at the outset, it would just be like, okay,
Eric,
you know
did
your
you
shit.
do your CPR training? We got somebody over here. It's like I've got a power wash.
I can clean them very well once they're dead.
So,
Anyway,
just a minute.
the point
Oh,
is,
we
no,
can't.
let me finish my
Oh,
fucking
don't-
point. Jesus
No,
Christ.
no.
Yes,
So you
yes. Let me
don't-
finish my point, and then you can ask the question.
Oh, okay then.
Okay, thank you.
All right,
So
all right.
I I got a little bit of a yes, I'm because whatever. The point is this. I had a taste for it when I got done with the demo, and so I went back to the first one because that's still on Game Pass, and I loaded that up, and it remembered my save from like 5 years ago or whenever I last played it, and then it was like I was like, oh, put the soap on. The soap works so much better in the second one than in the first one. Soap is fucking useless in the second one or in the first one. So I'm very glad they made that improvement. Okay, Stu, you had a question.
I'm sorry. I was just struggling to understand how you do CPR training without a
You don't. You watch the videos and then you just ignore.
Yeah,
them.
that's just.
There's two
rubbish,
parts
though,
to it.
isn't
There's the online portion, which is just watching videos and answering questions, which again I could have done if they just asked me the questions because I've done it a bunch. And then
Yeah, yeah.
there's the actual part where I go in person. I'm doing that tomorrow.
Oh yeah, so you still do the resus Annie thing? That's fine.
Yes, I do.
I just
Okay,
I just thought it was a bit
But
weird
no,
doing
that's
CPR
fine.
training
That you
online
would-
only.
yeah. I agree. That would.
Yeah, the graphics are a bit prettier. You got a hub now where you can do it up a bit. You know, you got.
And there's cats.
There's cats everywhere. There was cats in the first one. There's
cats.
a secret cat in every level.
Well,
in the
they've
first
really
one.
leaned into the cats
Yeah.
now because you can pet them.
There's a few sort of
I
like
know that you can pet them.
graphical improvements. You know, when you're washing the windows, for example, like you can see the water sort of trickling off the windows, and so
Yeah.
it's there was a use.
I don't
for-
remember all these ladders in the first one. Did
Yeah,
they have
there
a
was
bunch of
ladders.
ladders?
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
That would be a heck of an improvement. Ooh, ladders.
There's there was use for soap because there were certain surfaces and certain stains that wouldn't come out later on in the different levels, so you had to use the soap. But it is much improved in the second one.
Yeah.
It just feels like a little bit of more of the same, a tiny few tweaks here and there. You know, dirt, make it go away. Game, good.
Yeah, we like
basically.
dirt.
Yeah.
And the Duchess was like, "How interesting could this game be?" And I was like, "You should try it." And she didn't. But
It's
I
as
think
interesting as colouring in. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it is. That's basically what you're doing.
Yeah, basically what you're doing. Or colouring out.
You're revealing.
Yeah. And
I must admit, by the way, I like the second level. With that is the
toilet.
public toilet level.
Yeah.
Yeah, where it pops up out of the ground because you're like, "Wait, is this
You think
it?"
it's just a little
Is it?
sign, and then here comes the toilet.
I feel like
Yeah,
I
and it
feel
just
like
pops up.
they have fun with that kind of stuff because sometimes you reveal dirt and then what you reveal is like, oh right, I didn't know it said that. You know what I mean? Or this is a
Oh,
sign
this
for
is a
that.
Nazi bunker. I see. This person has Nazi memorabilia.
Oh, this is
It's
Hitler's
Donald Trump
bunker. Well, this is I don't know.
Wouldn't it be cool if there was
Stalin's
really
dildo
I mean, maybe
collection.
there is.
Huh?
Maybe there really is a toilet like that pops out of the ground, but I don't know whether there is.
I think there are. I think that is a real thing. I think that is a real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I assumed it is. Fine.
By the way, sorry, I just noticed something on the gameplay that we're watching on the screen. It's very satisfying when you finish like a wall of the truck or
Yeah.
whatever it is. It goes chink. But sometimes it does that when you're at like 98, 99% done because there's
Yeah.
still little bits. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I know I'm technically done with this wall, but I'm not done with this wall. I'm gonna get every bit of it.
No,
man.
it's because sometimes, very rarely, but sometimes there's a bit of dirt that you struggle to get, so it just lets you get it.
Yeah.
The clink that you hear when you've got it is
I
a different
think that's
sound.
more satisfying. Yeah, I think that's more
And I
satisfying
think
than
it's
the first game.
better this time, and
Yeah.
that might sound very minor, but like that is
No, I
what
think
that
it's
is
a bit- it
what's
makes a big difference.
feeding your brain, isn't it? When you finish
Yeah,
it.
yeah, definitely.
And I feel like there's more of them this time.
I will say as
How
well.
many-
This is the first time that I played this game. Well, I didn't obviously have no play this game, but this Power Wash Simulator. I played it all with a console last time, and I had to play it with a mouse and keyboard. And
Yeah.
it's so much fucking easier with a mouse and keyboard. I have to say.
Yeah.
Jesus
Keyboard.
Christ. Yeah. So it's a
No
lot
going back now, Mate. You'll have to buy it on
Right.
Steam now.
No,
You
I'll
have a
get
decent
it.
computer. There's no
I've
reason.
got it. I'll get it on game. When it comes on Game Pass, I'll just get it on the PC. So I'll get the achievements.
There you go.
Yeah, fair
What's the
enough.
difference? That's where I played Supermarket Simulator, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh, I played a bit more of that. I should talk about that, but we'll talk about it.
Really?
Yeah, I like this. By the way, I thought it was pretty decent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't wish listed it. Have you guys put it on your wish list?
I don't know how to because I need hacker.
And to be
do
fair,
that.
it's not something I'm going to forget about. You know what I mean? It's,
No,
I
for
tend to
me-
put
Well, but you
more
might not
obscure
realize that it
stuff.
comes out because it may not be something that
True.
gets announced.
For me, it's
But it was a pretty popular game, and I think they'll probably
Yeah.
hype it up.
If it's on Game Pass, I'm not sure if it's coming to Game Pass. I could Google
Yeah,
that.
I
don't
But,
think
if it's on
so,
Game
not
Pass,
that
then I'll
much
do it.
I've
But
heard.
if it's not on Game Pass, then I won't bother buying it.
You know what's crazy? This is true. I'm watching this person play. The whole game, I'm like, man, it would be so much easier if I could sort of move it this way, move it that way. And I get done with the second level, and I'm like, oh, I wonder if there is a. I go look in the control. Of course, there's a way to rotate the fucking
Yep.
nozzle head. I was
Yep.
just like, I can't believe I didn't think to look for that earlier.
Double
on.
jump.
It didn't occur to me. Yeah.
Yeah, wow, that's worse than double jump. I think.
What was your double jump last
Pretty
week?
crazy.
Didn't you have like a double jump moment last week, Stu?
I did. I can't remember what it was
Well, I
though.
can't remember. Somebody write in. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, tell me what it was.
Oh yes, Power Wash Simulator 2 will be available on Game Pass at launch. So yeah, I'll give it a go.
Okay, cool.
Interesting.
Yay. We can all be
We can all play this.
clean and
I
scum.
think. Does it have a? I think this has a bigger multiplayer, doesn't it? Can you have more than 2 people?
I think you can have
like
4. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I
And
was
you
gonna
can-
say, I think that
the-
is-
Make
the-
short work of that scum.
I'm pretty sure as well. Don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure you can have local co-op, which is something you couldn't do on the first.
Yeah, you couldn't do in the other game.
Yep.
Okay.
How many could you have in the other game? Was that
2.
4 as well?
Two.
2. Was that always 2?
I think it was 2. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
So we can
we'll
watch
look forward to
together,
playing
Stu.
this. We can all watch
Oh, let's all
together,
watch
can't we?
together. Yay.
Because I do think that's where this game becomes more fun. Is when there's
I
a
like
bunch
just
of you
putting it on a
playing in one go.
podcast and just playing it. I don't know why. I like.
You need me a wee in the bubble bath.
I put like on a on YouTube. I put on like a these essay videos about something like space or a video game or whatever, and then I just play that and then just play this. And
Did they have the instant replay when you got done last time? Because that was kind of funky. It showed
that
you-
was a
put it
feature in
again?
the first
That
one.
was hard.
Yep.
Well, I
Right,
don't know shit
Duke,
about this game then.
I was going to say, I think you should pick one more demo to talk about, and then we have got
Okay, I will talk about
We got Discord as
Everwind.
well. We got Discord.
and we've got Discord.
Okay,
too,
real
so,
quick,
yeah.
Everwind. Everwind was a demo on NextFest. It's trying to be Minecraft plus Skyrim. I mean, that's what some people describe it as. It's not, though. It's got some Minecraft. I mean, in a way, it is sort of those things, but also flying airships and islands. So I'm not crazy about islands. You know, you go from one island to the next, and you're flying an airship. Like, it feels like a needless mechanic. You know what I mean? I would love to have just an open world that you can explore, a la Skyrim. But the thing with Skyrim is it has villages. You know what I mean? Like, it has a society for you to rest in. This game doesn't have that. This game is just a lot of monsters and a lot of broken down old relics. And then you go into a relic and there's monsters, but it does have crafting, and it does have, you can make, you know, a place. I guess here's the other thing. They've wrestled with this in every MMO that's come out in the last 10 years. They wrestled with it with, you know, Minecraft is the problem with it. If you move, you don't want to be tethered down to a home base. You know what I mean? If you build a home on one of these islands and then you go 7 islands to the north, you don't want to have to come back in order to drop your stuff off. You know what I mean? So I guess that's the value of the flying airship, is that you have a base that can move with you.
Right. That's different.
You know, Fallout 76, it has the camp system where you can just magically move your base or whatever. I don't think they've really solved that problem. I mean, the camp is as close as it gets, right? But it's not very satisfying, this idea that you magically move your home.
It feels a little late to rip off Minecraft.
Do you know what?
It is a little
I'm
late to
looking
rip off Minecraft.
The other issue I have, I'm looking at this. How this doesn't get done for copyright is anyone's guess, because it's just ridiculous how much it is just Minecraft.
Well, I mean,
even
done.
The inventory system.
I'm sure they tried.
Aesthetics.
Yeah, it is. So, I mean, I don't know. I kind of had fun. I had more fun with it than I thought I would. What it does fairly well. You don't really need to spend a lot of time crafting, which is sort of the key to it. But, I barely beat the 2 sort of mini bosses. Skeletons were coming at me, and I beat them down, and I got the special gear, so I was kitted up. And then it's like, go find the ship and then put wood in the engine, and it's you fly around, and it's like, okay, I got this. I think you're supposed to repair the ship, but I was like not really clear on how to repair it, so I was just like, I'll just fly around with 3 engines instead of 4. It's not great though. It's okay. There's a lot of people giving it very positive reviews, talking about this is like Skyrim plus Minecraft, and it's really not. Like, that game still hasn't been made, and I would love to find it.
One day, Duke. One day.
One day, man.
Yeah, you never know.
Break it to y'all. This ain't it. So, nice try. I would give it a miss. I mean, play the demo if you're interested, but I wasn't blown away.
Close but no cigar.
Sort of fun a little. That's what I wrote down. Kind of janky,
sort of fun a little.
A little fun.
Yep.
I like that.
Yep. All right.
So shall we do Discord? Let's do Discord.
Discord. Go ahead. Tell us about the Discord.
Discord. I asked everybody in Discord, running with the theme of Power Wash Simulator 2, what game have you spent way too many hours on that you didn't expect? Antonio was the first to reply, and he just did a GIF of Homer and Skinner looking at each other, and he said looks at Duke, and I think he's implying that they have played way too much
baby, Rocket League. You know what it is.
We did read this out last week, but James from Aches and Games podcast said...
Sorry, I had to play it.
You really didn't. He said, was my 150 hours on Supermarket Simulator not enough for you? Probably about the same time as Mad Games Tycoon 2, which I wasn't sure would be interesting when I started it, but then got properly hooked on creating my video game and console empire. Awesome game, potentially slightly nerdy. I think that's a game where you make games, isn't it? I remember rightly.
Yeah.
Shinku Kays says, it's not a PC game or a Switch game, but a mobile game. See, this is why I asked this question, because you sort of get into people's like dark cupboards of video games that no one really admits to.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah. What did he play?
What they actually play?
That they're almost embarrassed to.
Yeah. So a mobile game called Depths of Endor is what Shinku Kays was talking about. A dungeon
Star
crawler.
Wars mobile? Is that any good?
What?
Is it a Star Wars game since it's Endor?
No, it's a dungeon crawler with a basic tile system for a map. up, down, left, right for movement, and a party of 4 characters. D&D type
How are they allowed to
classes.
call it Endor? Speaking of copyright infringement, boo.
Just words, isn't it? We just make them up.
No,
A basic
they're not
shop
just any word.
for weapons and armor, and you just explore the dungeons constantly. I've actually put down my Steam Deck in favor of this game because it was free,
Wow.
no ads, and if you want to be extra XP or gold, you add it with money. Ant Dig Dag 89 says, for me, it's Chivalry 2.
Really?
Chivalry
How
2.
about that?
He says, as much as
Call of Duty with swords.
much as I loved the first, I had low expectations of the second, and then it was a hit for me, and God did it hit. I haven't played it for a while now, but I think I last played 350 hours.
Fucking hell.
Jeez.
That's a lot of hours.
That's a lot of
Unless
hours.
you compare it to my
amount.
Rocket.
Mecha Monkey said, Mecha Monkey MK2 said, in 2016, I downloaded a hot, fresh new mobile game called Clash Royale. Remember Clash Royale?
Yeah,
I do remember
And
that.
here I am, a decade later, still playing it daily, still more than any
Jesus
other game
Christ.
I've bought in that time. And then
crazy.
Tim Kelly says, bloody marvels, bloody snap, right? The noises and the oohs have kept me far too long. Yeah, I was into that. for a while.
You played that for a bit, didn't you?
Yeah, I was into
Mike,
that.
or
I was in
you
that.
played
Yeah, I was
Marvel
into that for a
Snap?
while. But I fall off those games. I don't stick to games very long.
Yeah,
so.
you don't
Stuck
get
to the
sucked in that much.
Simpsons mobile
A
game.
little
for
bit,
while.
yeah, about a couple of years, and then I'll put it down. Connor said a bit late for me. It's a bit of a late one tonight, but oh no, he's just got a question. I've been testing.
Oh, okay.
I have been alpha testing a certain sports game this weekend, probably Football Manager, and was wondering,
Football Manager.
have any of you previously been involved in alpha testing a game, and how did it go? I will say first, no. One of my work colleagues was a Q&A tester on the Banjo Nuts and Bolts game for Rare, and he said it was fucking horrific to do.
Really?
And he also tested
Like the experience or the game was horrific.
the experience, and because he's a massive Banjo fan, so it was like a dream job for him. When they saw the direction of what Nuts and Bolts was doing, he was like, what the fuck is this? He also tested the GoldenEye 64, so he played that around about 10 years before it actually finally got released. So yeah, so there you go. So that's my only, but no, I've never done any
No,
testing.
I remember back in the day, they used to release alphas and betas as demos. They used to be like, oh, it's an alpha test or whatever, and it was just a fucking demo.
Yeah, no.
You know, or a beta test. Oh, it's a demo.
Duke, have you ever been
Just
involved
for
in alpha
publicity.
testing game?
I mean, no, I guess I was involved in the Palia. I think it was a beta, but they were playing it like it was an alpha. Or it might have been alpha. I don't know. Anyway, it was way too secretive. I couldn't even talk about it on the show, which was weird.
No, I remember that. I remember.
Yeah, I was like, what? I don't want to sign an NDA for a fucking demo of a game. You know,
What
I mean,
about
it wasn't
the
a
lift?
demo,
The lift was a play test, wasn't it?
that was a play test, yeah. But it's, I mean, that's so much more polished. Like alpha is like really rough stuff. you know?
Yeah, really early stuff.
So yeah, no, I've never really been because I'm never that interested in a game when it's in its alpha stage. Like I want to see where it's where it is after a little bit of polish has been put on. You know what I mean?
So those are the questions. I'll put another question in for next week. So thank you very much for the people that did that. But also,
answer our questions, people. Come on.
Also, we had a few comments about Power Wash Simulator 2 on the Discord. SLH said, when it appears on Xbox, I'll definitely play it. This really looking forward to seeing what's been added and changed. The errors that
The
she
chink
spent-
sound is cha-chink.
Yeah,
That's a
the
good
errors
sound.
that
It's not a racist Asian sound.
the hours that she spent on the first one, they keep adding bonus cleans. I kept on spending hours on it. The most chilled out game I know, perfect for sticking on some tunes, a podcast, or an audio book, and you can just lose yourself into the zone. And then Shawnee T said he's just finished the Power Wash Simulator 2 demo, completed both the removal van and the public facility. Even though I enjoyed chill out games, this wasn't for me. No enjoyment or satisfaction once complete. But hey, I gave it a crack.
Interesting.
Fair enough. No, again, you can't expect everybody to like everything.
Yes, I can. If you don't like this game, you suck.
So thanks, Shawnee T, but you are wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong. We gave it 3 thumbs up because
Yeah.
we know all about video
So
games.
now I want you to get a tattoo of Power Wash Simulator 2 on your face, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Right, we have got an email off our usual regular emailer, Jason.
ruled.
So this is what Jason has to say. He says, "Sea Scraper."
Okay.
He says, sometimes the greats do not even get nominated. Take Sea Scraper, a novel that should have been in the top of the year lists. I'm looking at Stu reading shit emails and bad books. Read Sea Scraper. Put your cup of peanut butter down and read. Then you have stories of a guy that wants to be remembered as a noble, great peacekeeper. Yet he posts fake videos of himself dropping poop bombs.
Yes,
Everyone
he does.
deserves-
Fuck that
deserves- everyone deserves a participation award. Whether yours is noble or shit is up to you. Guess I'll take both. Talking about interesting stuff like that, Prince Andrew has had all these titles stripped.
Yeah, I saw
in
that.
the UK. Yeah, so he's saying he did it voluntarily. I volunteered to give them up. I volunteered.
Yeah,
but
like Nixon
apparently-
resigned voluntarily, right?
Yeah, apparently there'd been a bit of a conflab between him, King Charles, and Prince William, and then he gave up his titles. So yeah.
Yep. Imagine
yeah,
that, having consequences for your bad action. What a notion.
Exactly. About
Yeah.
time.
So,
Took
luckily,
Must be nice to
America.
live in a world where that happens.
Luckily, America don't have any evidence of anybody doing that recently.
Yeah, exactly.
No evidence at all. Veterans, I understand your love for these popular video games this year, but have you ever tried the Stone of Madness? A
Dude,
very
you
unique
got it.
gem
I mean,
of a
I admire
game.
his dedication, but come on, man. At a certain
know,
point, you
yeah.
have to recognize they're just not for us.
Yeah, from the Blasphemous devs. So no, can't say as I've had.
No.
Look, I'm going to look this up. What is this
The
game?
Stone of
Any
Madness
ideas?
is a video game. It's a real-time strategy stealth game developed by the Game Kitchen
Nah,
and was
you
released.
said real-time
genres that I
strategy.
cannot
Maybe
fucking
Chinny would
stand.
like that.
Was released on
You
the 10th
like-
of October 2024, so almost a year ago to the day.
He likes Halo Wars, but that doesn't mean he's gonna like this.
I know, it might do. You do
a
like a
real-time
strategy game.
strategy stealth game isn't. That's not ticking my.
That's a weird combination of
That's
things.
not flicking my nipples. I'm afraid.
The upcoming
tickling my testicles.
the upcoming Ananta is looking good. Ananta, what's that, Ginny? You can look that up while I'm carrying on reading.
I don't know.
Ananta. In closing, my respects to the dev that recently passed away at 58. He was responsible for Beach Volleyball and Dead or Alive and Ninja Gaiden 4. From reading Polygon, I found that he had a fake beef with the very much alive Bayonetta dev. We should celebrate these guys because they didn't care about the naysayers. They made their versions come true just like you did yours. Here's a quote from the Bayonetta dev. For some reason, it's blacked out. So I will. I don't know how I actually get that to come up.
You can highlight it and then it'll come up.
Yeah, I think what he's done. There we go.
Is that a joke that it's like, oh, we can't read it out?
No.
To think that he's gone at just 58 years old. Yes, everyone dies eventually. That's inevitable. But isn't it a bit too soon? Didn't you say you were going to defeat me someday? Didn't you come to my wedding wearing your usual black leather jacket and sunglasses and call me your comrade in arms? Didn't you tell me to come to you whenever I was in trouble? I never got the chance to consult you about anything. Hey, veterans, scrape every bit of life you can from one another, even it out. Shout out to the speak piper and the veterans riding in the radio all night long, Jason.
Yeah, thank you,
So there
Jason.
go. Yeah, thank you, Jason.
We
Yeah.
appreciate that. That was actually, it feels like it was more comprehensible than your usual Jason Gallagher email. No offense,
was.
Jason.
It was
You
pretty
usually got a lot of
straightforward.
gibberish in your emails, so yeah. I could follow this.
Yeah, thank you, Jason. Ananta, which is on the screen at the moment, is an upcoming free-to-play role-playing game developed by Hangzhou based studio. Naked
Is that guy
Rain.
fighting with a badminton racket?
Sure. Yeah. This
Golf
looks not my thing. I mean, if you could make again, Claire Obscura was not my thing, but this definitely looks like not my thing. So I don't. And when you say free to play, I hear CAC. So no.
Except once human, it's all CAC. I know that nobody else likes once human either.
No. We have got a speak pipe, so let's do that from not
Oh
Derek.
yeah, baby, we got a speaker pepper, so we're gonna play the speaker pepper theme.
Speak
Type. It's the way to leave a message. For
You're
us.
never gonna guess who this is from. Try to guess.
It's from Saint Diesel.
How did you know? You got it because you had the
I
email.
know.
That's why you knew.
I know.
Kenny never
that's the
would have
only
gotten
reason.
it.
It's the
Yeah.
only reason
All
I
right.
gave
Well,
you
here
that.
it is.
I would have said John Leslie. Because he's
Not John Leslie.
He's in
Leslie.
trouble at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, apparently Katie Price has come out and said somebody raped her in the 90s, early 2000s, and turns out that could be John Leslie too.
John Leslie, he was like a national icon, wasn't he?
It was a national treasure for a little bit, and then
It's almost
it
as
all
though there's
went-
like a sickness inside of a lot of guys that we need to fight as a society.
So I think it was
went
him. I think
Alright.
he said to
probably
speak
wrong.
pipe in. Am I right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
speak
did.
pipe. Saint Diesel, here goes.
Hey, veteran gamers. Since I don't have PlayStation Plus or Xbox Game Pass, I thought I'd have a look on the original Switch and see what the online offerings are for the basic tier, which I have. And there's plenty of NES games and SNES games. I don't usually play NES games, but I was looking through the SNES library, and one caught my eye, a game which I did play back in the day in the 90s on the original SNES, which I did have. I'd never finished it, so I thought I'll try playing through it again. I'm about 4 or 5 hours in, and that game is Zelda: A Link to the Past.
Oh,
The
And
second
looking
Zelda
online,
game.
it seems that game's considered probably the best 2D Zelda, maybe the top 2 or 3 in the Zelda series, and for many people, the best one overall. I just wondered, firstly, have you ever played A Link to the Past? And if you have, what did you think of it? And did you play it emulated or on original hardware? But the second question, I guess, is have you played a game recently, let's say in the last year or two, which predates 2000? In other words, 1980s or 1990s game. Could be console or PC, could yet be emulated, could be original hardware. And if you have played a pre-2000 game recently, what was your experience with it? Was it good? Was it bad? Or somewhere in between?
So I
Okay,
remember
so-
playing Link to the Past on the original NES because I was crazy about the first Zelda game. So when the second one came out, I was like geeked for it. In fact, I liked the first one so much. I remember writing a journal as Link and being like, I left the home village. I met this man. He told me it was dangerous out there. So take this. And he gave me a sword and all that.
That dude right there is the nerdiest thing I've ever heard.
It's very nerdy, no doubt. And then I remember playing Link to the Past, and it was like 2D, and it, like from the side, and it was like upright Link, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And I just couldn't vibe with it, and I was just like, no. I played it for like 2 days, and I was like, I can't do it. It's a really dumb reason to stop playing, but it's true.
Well,
No, that's fair enough. I've never played it, so I can't comment.
no, but have you played a game pre-2000?
Oh no! He asked if we played A Link to the Past was the first.
No, I know.
question.
We asked both, so yeah.
No,
to the past
no, I
first.
haven't. And in the last 2 years, I think he said, have you played a game that predated 2000? Nope, that would be a no to.
No, I don't think so. Maybe.
Oh no, I'm telling a
Actually,
massive
I'm
lie.
telling a lie as well. I've just realised.
I'm telling a huge lie.
Yeah, go
Or
on.
am
Yeah,
I?
tell
I
the
don't know
truth.
whether I am. I may
Tell the
be telling
truth.
a lie.
Tell the truth.
Because I was having a tidy out the other day and came across my original Game Boy.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
And I played the Mario Golf on there, and I have a feeling that predates it.
That's
2000.
definitely anything on the Game Boy will be before 2000.
Yeah.
100%.
1990, won't it?
And do you know what? It
yeah.
it still holds up pretty
Yeah.
well. The original Mario
hold
Golf
up.
on the original Game Boy
Yeah.
held up pretty well.
Yes.
So yeah, so I have. That is true.
the
It still
game-
works, by the way. There's some weird pixel shit going down the side, but other than that, it's still working.
I think this year, last year, and maybe the year before, I have finished Mario 64 120 stars. I do that like for fun now. I can just do that in about 5 hours, 4 hours now. So
Yeah.
just get through it. Yeah. So that's
Well, I have you all beat in terms of old games because I'll play
Oh,
MUDs, and y'all know that MUDs are like multi-user dimensions. These are the original MMOs, and they're from like the fucking 1970s and shit. So yeah, those are the oldest of old. There's like the oldest online video games there are.
I
So
kn-
that's
and by the way, I
ridiculous.
never played Link to the Past, but I watched my brother play it for hours and hours. So I sort of feel like I've played it, if you know what I mean. But
yeah, even though you.
but that was a
didn't.
long time ago. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
it was a while ago. But I sort of counted myself. I was like, I've played that game because I've seen all of it.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, St. Diesel. We got a good question. There's stuff going on there.
By the way, just talking about the original Game Boy, what I did find is some of the games just didn't work.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Cartridges,
So
you
golf.
mean?
Yeah. No, golf worked fine. I've got Donkey Kong Country yellow cartridge. That just wouldn't load up. I shoved this cartridge in and it came up, but all the Game Boy logo was all
The pins are damaged. Sure, the pins are damaged.
yeah,
That's
was
why.
all fucked.
Yeah, probably.
What else? Oh, Tetris didn't work either.
Oh,
So the
that's a
original
shame.
Tetris.
Wow,
didn't
that
work.
was the OG, man.
Yeah, Tetris didn't
I've
work.
yet to see. I've yet to watch the movie. You know, the Tetris movie. I've yet to watch it.
Yeah, it's terrible apparently, isn't it?
No, it's I've heard it's pretty good.
Is it meant to be all right? I don't know.
What do you think it is
and-
about? What do you think it's about?
I don't know. Fucking Tetris. Worms worked fine as well. So Worms worked fine, and yeah, golf. They both worked all right. So yeah, it was kind of interesting just seeing whether it would still even boot up. You know, when I plugged it in, will it work? And the transformer is fucked. It's got the transformer's got insulation tape wrapped around the actual plug itself because it fell apart.
Yeah.
And the wire itself has got a join somewhere when I must have just managed to cut it or something. I don't know. It's got insulation tape halfway down, but it's still working. It still works. So there you go.
There you are.
Yeah. Cool.
Right.
All right. So what's next?
I think it's time for some shout outs and get the hell
I
out.
think it's time for some shout outs.
It's time for a shout out. Hey!
I wrote a shout out in my phone, but I don't know if I remember who it is too.
Okay.
I remember I did it right at the end of at the beginning of the week. And I was like, I'm not gonna remember that. Oh yeah, Greg DeLacy's doing extra lives.
Woo!
Yay, Greg DeLacy.
Is he doing it or has he done it?
I don't know when he's doing it, but I got an email that was like, hey, support Greg DeLacy. And I'm like, yes, I will.
Didn't even realize that was still a thing.
So I'm doing that. I donated to him, and thank you, Greg, for representing and showing love to the kids who are sick. And y'all should give some money to the sick kids.
I haven't done that. You know, the last time I did that, do you remember?
Extra lives, wasn't that Mario?
A long time. Yeah, was that the Mario-a-thon?
No. The last time I did it, I just sort of played whatever I wanted. I had a schedule.
Oh, okay. When was that? 2 years ago? 5 years ago?
5 years. It was the year of COVID. Is the last time I did it.
Bloody hell.
And Armar has been asking me when I'm going to do it again, and I'm like,
yeah,
it's pretty tricky with kids.
Never, ever, ever.
Maybe never say never, but yeah, it's.
Talking of Armar, I will shout out Armar because he has been sending me stuff on the WhatsApp. And he said he couldn't wait to get his dose of the veteran gamers in his ears, so he's gone back to listening to stuff from that. I'll tell you when he's listening. From
2011 and 2012, because he sent me the same thing, Stu.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
So shout out to him for being stupid enough to go and listen to our very old shows.
Crazy.
Crazy nights. Anyway.
Yeah. Is that
there
it?
You go. That's my shout out. Chinny,
you got all yours done?
So no. So what to find Greg DeLacy's Extra Life? This is his 16th year that he's done this in a row.
Wow.
So shout out to Greg.
A lot of extra lives.
All you have to do is Google Greg DeLacy. DeLacy's DELACY and Extra Life, and it will come up. Pretty much the first thing. His goal is to raise 1,000. He's already raised $1,050, so he's already hit the goal.
Woo!
So I need to message him and say, raise your bloody goal.
Yeah, well done, Greg.
Because we're gonna.
Yeah, really.
What I'm gonna do, I've decided, I'm gonna tell him to
level.
raise the goal. And because I'm not doing it, we're going to post it in our Discord. And the Veteran Gamers, we're going to support him. We're going to donate to him.
Yeah, we are.
And make sure that he's raising money for all that stuff. And be nice to raise some funds. Oh, Tara's in the room.
Hi, Tara.
Tara's in the room.
Tara's in the room.
Tara's in the building.
I've had most of it. She's giving me yogurt. She's giving me yogurt.
Is she making you? She's force feeding you yogurt.
Yeah, because it goes bye. She's waving bye. Bye. Because if it's not eaten tonight, it's going to be binned. So she says, eat this yogurt. So
now or never.
Look at Greg DeLacy doing Extra Life for the 16th year in a row. Hey, what is that? Do you remember the last time? I
Yeah,
did it?
well, in 16 years from now, Taro or Rosa will be doing her little tumbling for the 17th year in a row.
Duke says in 16 years' time, maybe Rose will be doing her tumble tots for this. Yeah. So
Thank you for those pictures. They were awesome. The Duchess loved them.
Duke said thanks for the pictures. I sent some pictures. Okay, so yeah, so shout out to Tara. Shout out to Greg. Thanks, Greg, for doing that. And I'm gonna post it in the Discord, and we're gonna support him. So if you're listening to this, and people like to support me because they listen to me or because they listen to this show, and they might not listen to that show, but Greg's an old friend of ours. We love Greg, and we love them, so we're going to support them. So I'll post that and make sure that he raises his
He needs to come back on the Syncast so we can talk about this Trump shit, literally.
Yes.
Oh, no, don't do it. Don't
well, that's
do
a different
it.
show.
Why not? It was a good conversation last time.
It was a good conversation.
Yeah.
Then we can do it again.
Shout out to the Patreons. We do have a Patreon. It's not obligatory. There's a lot of things. Things cost
You're not
money.
getting nothing special.
You won't get.
Just helping us
you
run the
might get
show.
a T-shirt at some point in.
Yeah, you never know. You may
never
well
know.
get one, or you might not.
What I was thinking of doing, by the way,
here we go.
was
This is something else Chinny's going to do, but doesn't do.
No.
You might do it now.
I was thinking
Believe.
of.
I don't know why, but I just suddenly thought there is no spoon.
I've got a
Okay.
spoon. I've got
You
a
were
spoon. in
saying,
my hand.
Chinny.
I was thinking that the next does it hold up? We might do a poll on Patreon.
Oh, they get to choose.
They get to choose.
I thought they said they wanted to do Heavy Rain so they could hear me scream
Yeah,
about
we've
it.
got
Well,
Heavy Rain.
Well, obviously, if we put Heavy Rain in the mix, that will win. That will just win.
Yeah.
But going forward, we're not going to do them every week because it's hard. We're not going to do them every month because it's hard to play a fucking game every month.
Yes.
But I might put a poll in and go, right, what do you want us to go back and play and check that it still holds up?
Yeah.
And we might put that to a vote for our Patreon because
I
then-
like that.
from
No,
Heavy
I think
Rain,
that's a
what do
good
you-
because
idea.
that's actually like something, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
alright,
we
you know,
actually
like-
give the people something after they give us so much.
Yeah, some of that they
nice
might
money.
actually get, other than a T-shirt that they're never going to get.
they might get a T-shirt. Most of them, I will
might.
only.
Yeah, there
Oh.
have been a number of T-shirts sent out.
Only 3 people that are currently subscribed don't have a T-shirt. 2 of them I need to send,
And-
and one of them has only been subscribed for like a week. So
Chinny, if you don't mind my
Okay.
saying, I don't see Stu volunteering to take care of the T-shirt mailing
He's
responsibility.
got his fucking machine behind him. Have you not seen that thing?
yeah, but I bought
I thought
that
you're sending
for
them from
this.
somewhere else.
No, he's got
No,
a press. He's got
I
his
pressed
own
them.
press.
I pressed them.
Okay. All
So,
right.
What do you want
Well,
me
to
to
get
do?
off your
Drive down
ass,
to his
Chinny.
house and print them? I
Could
don't
you?
know.
Could do. You were supposed to do that at one point.
Well, I was meant to drive down to his house, but he hasn't got a
Chickened
free
out.
weekend like ever.
No, not
Yeah,
ever.
well,
No, we
whose
don't.
fault is that? It's yours, Stu. Oh, wait, no,
So-
It's not my fault that he got COVID.
I know. I'm kidding.
Shout out to the Patrons. Shout out to Greg. Shout out to the people in the chat: Tainted Brain, Armar, C Hutch, Antonio, James Bevan, missing a few, Soul Brother, Surly, Kablam, and Mr. Nightlaw. Shout out to Surly as well, Connor, for continue to put stuff out there for us to just let people
Yeah.
know that we're about. And yeah,
Thanks.
that's about it, I think.
There you
All
go.
right, that's it. That's the show. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thank you very
much,
love. All right, show's over. No refunds. You heard the robot. Get out.
Won't you? Won't you? Won't you? Why don't you? Why don't you just switch off the television set and go and do something less boring instead? Sitting at home, watch TV, turn it up, smoke something. Why don't you? Why don't you? Go, go, go!
Cleaning scum.
Clean
That
and
is it,
scum.
yeah, because Chinny loves a bit of dirt, don't you? She loves that dirt.
Oh, I love a little scum.
A bit of dirt.
I love a bit of dirt. I love a good map.
Loves a good
Love
map.
love a good map.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think of the map in Mafia Old Country, by the way?
Bad.
What does that-
Bad.
It wasn't great, was
Bad.
it?
I'll tell you what. The one thing I did like about it is the top rolled away, sort of like Animal Crossing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it sort of rolled away. But the reason why I thought it was bad is because no waypoint.
No, there was
No
no
waypoint.
waypoints. There was a marker, but you just had to,
You have to go. And as
go
somebody
in the general
And
direction.
there's somebody who had to collect every fucking collectible. That was a pain in the arse.
I can
Did you have
imagine.
to? Did you really have to?
You have if you chinny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
self-inflicted, baby.
Yep. 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 Yep.
Yeah.
Of course,
Yeah,
it's an
it
art video
is.
game. Psychologia, self-inflicted.
Yeah, I don't know. By the way, talking of maps, I don't know whether I like the map in Silent Hill F. That's an interesting
why
map
is that?
because it only fills in as you find stuff.
Oh.
So it's kind of
I don't mind. I
shrouded
don't
in
mind that.
fog
I mean,
like
isn't
the
that-
game.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't really.
I
have a
don't mind
problem
that.
with
That's fine.
Yeah,
do that
so it's kind of
online.
cool. It was all right. It's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's always clear where you are, but it's not always clear where you need to go to get to where
I,
you
don't,
need to go.
I quite
next.
like a map that fills out as you're going.
Yeah, so it just fills out as you get to an area.
Fog of war that you uncovered.
Shinobi Art of Vengeance did that. It filled out
Yeah.
the map as you were going. Yeah.
I'll tell you, Icarus is frustrating with the map because that's a game where you really need to get to stuff and like figure out. Like if I found fucking iron deposit or a cave, like let me go back to the cave. Let me mark it and be like, I need to go back to this cave. No, can't. You have one waypoint you can put on the map. That's it.
So what
the
are
fuck
you?
are y'all doing?
Stu, what are you playing next? Then are you playing Claire?
Silent Hill
Oh,
F.
Silent Hill
I'm
F, you
going to
did
try
say
and
that,
get finished. So I'm going to try and I'm only off on Wednesday this week.
And how many hours in are you Silent Hill?
Probably a few. I'm about probably a third of the way through. I would have said.
Still haven't.
So I've still
answered
got
the-
quite a lot to go. I would have thought.
Silent.
Yeah, it's a
Hill
fairly hefty
F.
game.
How long to beat?
I think it's about 15 hours, isn't it?
Let's have a look. Main story 10.5 hours. Main and side 16. So yeah, about
Yeah.
15. You're probably right.
It's about 15 hours. So it's
Mm.
it's fairly hefty. I mean, it's not huge, but it's big enough.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm doing overtime, unfortunately, and unfortunately, there's my auntie's very ill
Oh,
at the
no, I'm s-
moment, so I'm going to see her on Wednesday. So I won't
Mm.
probably get a lot of gaming in.
Yeah.
Um,
You don't want
yeah.
to game with you.
Yeah. So it's been a pretty heavy week or so. Really, she's probably not going to survive. So that's how
Aw.
ill she is.
Mm.
That's rough.
And it's probably not going to be very long either. So
Well, in some ways, that's
Well, it's
better,
better for you
isn't
to
it?
be with her.
Is it better that it's quicker? Do you
I,
think?
I don't know, bless her. So
It's never
she's
easy either way.
she's the auntie who's got the heart failure the same.
Mm.
So she's got a heart failure the same, but that's not the reason she's unfortunately she got lymphoma as well after the heart failure. And then she had chemo and managed to get over that, and then she's now got pancreatic cancer and liver cancer and lung cancer. So
Aw,
she's very, very ill.
that's tough.
So it's been kind of a sad week, and
She's going through it then.
yeah. So it's a bit, and so I'm taking my one surviving auntie, so my other auntie who's not ill at the moment, to go and see her as well because she can't drive, so she can't get down there to see her. So I'm going to hopefully get there and take her down on Wednesday so she can see
Good
her
of you to do
sister.
that for her.
Yeah, no, it's got to be done.
Gotta be done.
Got to sort out your family, man.
Yep.
So yeah, so sad week, and it's probably going to get sadder in the next few weeks, I imagine.
That's what I want Rosa to be doing when I'm croaking it. Like, drive me to the thing. Drive me to the thing.
Drive you to the thing.
Yeah. Let me have one more game of snooker everywhere I go.
Yeah.
Sorry, Stu.
and it's also
sounds tough.
It is, and it's also kind of sad as well, and I'm kind of annoyed because her only son hasn't come home. So he
Where is he? Where is
Where
he?
is he?
he works in Nebraska, in
Nebraska.
America,
Bloody Americans.
and
Seems like a good reason
Yeah.
to come back.
well, he does, but he's decided because Trump would start his green card application again if he left the country and came back in. That he doesn't basically want to leave the country.
That's a reasonable fear, but on the other hand, like this is your fucking mom, dude.
Exactly, and I'll be honest, I'll be shocked if she survives more than a few weeks. She is very,
decision that
very
he's
ill.
made. I mean, you just.
I know.
I mean,
I
it sucks
know,
that he's
and-
even in that position in the first place. Let's be
know,
honest.
but,
This
like,
the,
it's your
the blame
mom.
for that is. I know it's your mom, and I'm not trying to excuse it. I just he's not alone. There's so many people in that situation of like, having to choose whether they want to live in their homeland, the country they've chosen, or they want to go see their family. And I don't know, I just think it sucks for a president to be demonizing people and causing so much grief for immigrants.
Well, so he can't go on holiday to the UK?
No, so
leave-
basically, he's got a working visa at the moment
Oh,
because
I
he works
see.
for a big conglomerate company in Nebraska. He used to work in China, so it's part of the same company, but they've obviously got a factory in
Lincoln?
America as well.
Is it
So-
Lincoln, Nebraska?
I've no idea where in Nebraska he is, if I'm being totally honest. So he's got a working visa, but apparently you've got to be in the country for at least 18 months on a working visa before you can apply for a green card.
And
But
this
if
administration
you-
is just looking for excuses to withdraw
yeah,
visas.
so if you leave the country before then, they almost reset the clock. So it's almost like he's only just started working in the country again when he comes back.
Yeah, well, if that's what it
But-
is, that's what it is.
It is
I
what
mean,
it is, but
yeah.
ultimately his mum's dying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's,
exactly.
no, that's
His
what I'm
mom-
saying.
he
Is
should
like,
make a decision.
if he's got to go back home to see his mum, then you should do that. And then if you've got to reset the clock,
Yeah.
you reset the clock. That's
Exactly.
what I would do.
I agree.
That's
would
what
do
I
it.
think nearly everybody would do, apart from him.
Well,
So I'm
sucks.
annoyed. I'm annoyed at him.
let's slag him
Uh,
off now.
And his
Yeah.
mum and dad and his dad was making excuses for him, saying, "Oh well, I can understand why he doesn't want to." And I'm like, and I'm looking at me auntie, thinking, "What the fuck?"
Like,
But,
what must she be
hey-ho.
thinking? Yeah.
Well, she was
Well,
like,
it's-
"Oh well, he'll come if he needs to." And I'm thinking, I think
Now's
he
the
needs
time,
to,
man.
like probably
Yeah.
now, like
Yeah.
yesterday, he
Yeah,
probably
right.
needed to.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was really shocked,
Yeah.
and I found it quite upsetting that that's a thing.
Yeah.
Dude, go over there and get him.
I know. Go and punch him in the face.
You're not that far from Nebraska.
But then I
No,
was
not-
like, okay, is he going to come to the funeral even? Will he bother to do that?
That's a good question. I mean, did he have a good relationship with her? Is this partly because
Well,
they
you'd
don't
have
get on?
thought so. No, there's never,
Always
as far as I
possible.
know.
Something linger in there. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know there's any argy-bargy as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
So,
It's hard not to think of it as selfish, and maybe it is.
yeah, I
But
think it
maybe
is.
also something else. I don't know. That
So I
sucks.
guess we'll find out what happens.
Well, all you can
But
do is do what you can do to help people.
I'm
and
doing the best I
you
can
need
to give us some
do
support.
the best you can,
know,
and that's the end of
and
it. really.
support Tony.
Yep.
Ugh.
Word. All right. Well, good luck with that. I'm
Okie
gonna go
dokie.
take care of some stuff, and we'll catch you next week.
We will do.
Bye.
All right, see you in a bit.